Hey, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. I'm here with the boys again. I got Nick, I got Nate, and we just wrapped up the All-Star game here for the MLB.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Decent. It was decent.
It was quite a lot of shocking things going on there, and a lot of people had some very interesting comments that I know we'll get into, but where do you want to start?
Home run derby?
Gotta start with Big Dumper.
Big
Come on.
Dumper, I know. The most inevitable win.
We need to put this on record real quick because Cal does not like being called Big Dumper.
No, he does. He does.
I've
listened to an interview where he's like, it just stuck with me. I don't mind it.
Okay.
He signed, I saw he signed jerseys like the Big Dumper.
Okay.
I mean, you can't be more okay with it than that.
Well, sure. I'm just saying, I just saw all the tweets. I'm just going to call them tweets because, you know what, I don't want to start calling myself a boomer, but all the people who were ripping on Pat for screaming the Big Dumper for his name. Yeah.
Oh,
And
because they just don't like Pat. That's just a boomer moment. Come on.
That's it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, you know what? Home Run Derby was the first part of that break there. So,
what was his total? It was 38?
He had like
36.
You're the Cal fan. You should have this already memorized.
He had 18 in the second round, 18 or 19, and then 18 in the final.
So
I forgot what he
36.
had in the first round. He had over 40 in total.
Oh, that's nice. All I know is I thought he set some sort of record or whatever for the most home runs in a home run derby. Although it's a sliding scale because it changes every other year. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But still, I thought it was a tremendous home run derby.
It was great. It was great. And I actually wore my Ken Griffey jersey today in honor of Cal winning that award. Do we put the asterisk in front of it, though?
Absolutely not.
I
know where you're going with this, I think. Are you talking about the distance, right?
Yeah, well, they literally came out and said, we're going to a swing-off, and then moments later, they're like, wait. We have
They
3
just got
inches?
It's like 2 inches, I think. 2 inches.
No,
An inch.
it was down to the decimal.
Really?
Yeah.
You sure it wasn't the
No.
foot decimal? I think it was like...
No.
It was foot decimal.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a decimal
I'm
on a
pretty sure
foot would be an inch or two.
Yeah, I thought it was like 7 or 8 inches.
How about this?
No, that's fair.
Either
That's
way,
fair. Okay.
Either way,
Still.
the diameter of a baseball is what? 2.5 inches, 3 inches, 2 inches.
Those are good inches.
Yeah, I mean, so
Huge.
like if we're talking, those are. It's a very average size. It's a very average size, distance there. Point being is if we're getting down to like his baseball went half a baseball further.
It does matter.
It
does matter.
I guess maybe.
Yeah.
I think it's a little wishy-washy.
Grand scheme of things, Rooker wasn't winning.
No, God, no.
Raleigh has 38 home runs.
You know
in
what
a much harder stadium, by the way.
100%.
Does it both
100%.
ways. Rooker is playing in a Mickey Mouse Triple A stadium.
Dude, that was my favorite part too of the home run derby where he's walking up with 2 bats. I'm like, why does is he going to swing with 2 bats? What's going on here? Did he have one for left-handed swing and one for right-handed swing?
For each side.
Yeah. I love this man.
Yeah,
American icon.
Seriously, he's like as American as apple pie.
Absolutely. It would have been cool though.
Fat asses.
The CDL. But no, it would have been super cool, and I know they have all of the robot, analytics and stuff, which I know that's how they got it down to the T for that distance. But it would have been kind of cool to see a chain gang get out there, huh?
Dude, a baseball chain gang?
Yeah,
that would be cool.
That would have been sick, especially since we don't know how accurate the analytics are anyway.
I was about to ask.
Rooker fanboys' defense, it could have been wrong. Especially with being that close. So should have done a swing off, but we know who's winning this.
Yeah, this is true. This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
Without question. And it's funny, and we kind of picked on this on the first episode at the end there, but we're talking about the best right now. We all kind of talked about Cal winning it. How about we talk about the worst and how he should not have been in the Derby?
Well, he didn't want to ruin his swing.
No, but he ruined a ton of earthworms, though.
Unbelievable performance. What was it, 3 home runs?
It was 3.
3.
There's a lot for Jess to be.
Listen, I couldn't do 3, but I'm also not the home run derby, so it's a little different.
I think to your point you made last week, we should have just put a random fan in there.
Seriously, find a big hoss in the crowd, some big hoss out there weighing 250, standing 6 feet tall.
The science teacher who plays rec league baseball.
Oh yeah,
and get him in there.
Go out there with like one of those like tape measures, measure the biceps on some fans. 22 inches, get down there. You're in.
Well, what about the inseam? We were talking about the inseam last week, right?
This is true. This is true. Point being is any random Jack fan in that crowd could have lit it up for 3 of them.
Picked the wrong Yankee, man.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge should have done it. Come on.
Dude, for real.
Judge Raleigh would have fed families.
You saw the teammates watching him swing, right? Just
watching Chisholm?
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
That was
disappointing.
Is it disappointing or is it embarrassing? I mean,
Expected.
both.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
It's I don't
Jazz,
know.
I mean, you can't expect him to do that bad.
What's his numbers on the season right now? Isn't he like 20, right around 20, or is he sub 20?
Adam, can we get Jazz Chisholm's current stats on
I
the
love how
season?
you enunciated the H there because I don't think he would have spelled it right. No offense, Adam.
Google would have corrected him.
This is true.
True.
I have
too
to
many
hold
Jazz
my
out
head
there.
at a standard
No.
for saying these names.
Totally spelled it correctly.
Bang.
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 Bang. Fighting on the golf course. Bang, bang, bang. Still the greatest. Still the greatest.
What a beautiful video.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. Now, let's go to the other asterisks of the night.
Sure.
And it's definitely a talking point, and while we're on the screen, we can certainly pull it up. Did they count the home run that got robbed?
I'm glad you brought that up because we have that video on standby. That was Junior Caminero, wasn't it?
It was Junior. Yeah.
I wasn't paying close enough attention to like see if it's,
They did.
They didn't count it or they did.
They did count it.
Okay, that's at
So-
least fair.
It didn't look like they did because he was kind of throwing a fit about it, but they did in the moment.
That's what
But
I
you're-
thought.
The argument with it more so is it messed up his rhythm, but
Oh, boo-hoo.
Wow.
Listen, if you're gonna
That's
put
on him,
if you're
so.
gonna put kids with gloves in the outfield,
Yeah. I
why
think-
shouldn't it count as a
couldn't
rob
agree
home
more.
run?
Hey guys, guess what? He caught the ball. You're out.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sorry, bud.
I don't know what else. You're out.
Sorry.
I don't hate that rule at all.
No.
I don't. You know what they should do? That's what they should do. Instead of little kids, get freaking Wilt the Stilt out there. Get Nikola Jokic out in the left field, robbing home runs left and right. That
Here we
would
go.
be something.
Yeah, this
Pam
is
is a
the
certain amount of
What
money.
infamous play. What a
What
grab.
a catch!
What a grab.
So now the question is this kid? Is this kid going pro?
Rockies, call him up right
See,
now.
that's what I'm saying.
You got nothing else to lose. so.
What level of ball do you think this kid plays? I mean, certainly Little League World
The
Series
Rockies
bound.
have 2 series wins
Yeah.
this year.
Hey, man.
This kid can play MLB
This
ball.
is true.
If the Rockies only have 2 series wins,
That's a gold
he can
glove
play
right there.
That's
MLB.
nuts, man.
100%.
That's nuts.
Give that kid.
How old?
Game
What are
ball.
we thinking?
That
12
kid's
years
gotta
old?
be 12, 13.
I mean,
I thought it was a little older, maybe 14. 15.
okay,
Yeah.
yeah, still. How tall is
Yeah,
that fence?
okay.
That's a big hoss of a kid. No,
That's gotta be a 6-foot fence at least.
that's a big
That
hoss.
kid's not small.
That's not a, yeah. That kid. I think that kid's got some AAA
That
destiny.
that kid's playing first base somewhere.
Somewhere.
That's- yeah.
Unbelievable. He's not that Big Al kid though. That's the all-time best.
Oh,
Right there,
that
yeah,
kid was
dingers.
the best.
Yeah, I'm Big Al.
Well,
I hit dingers. I saw a video where he's in college now, and it's
No.
like, dude, this is very
How
depressing.
long ago was that? Was
That makes me feel old. Exactly.
Were we in high school when he?
I believe so. It's
Oh
been
my-
10 plus years, bro. It's
That's-
nuts.
that
It's nuts.
hurts.
Yeah, it does. It
That
makes me feel very
hurts.
Google's hurting my head right now saying that Jazz is the center fielder.
Yeah, he is.
bad. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's lean
I thought he
in
was
here.
third base. Anyway, well, hold on. Let's pull up the season stats. If you scroll down a little bit.
What do we got here? What do we got? Regular season.
What, 250 batting average?
17 homers? Is that what I'm seeing or no?
No, that might be stolen
Oh,
bases.
There's
No,
home
that's
runs
walks,
on
that's
here.
walks.
There is no home runs.
Go-
on
go
here.
to
Got
MLB. Go to
find
MLB.com.
Yeah.
You could have just scrolled down. There'll be.
Baseball reference.
We'll get there.
Bang.
We'll get there. Bang. I got it.
Look at that
That
guy.
17. Yeah, 17.
Wow.
Got it? Okay.
Wow.
That's he should have been in there. Let's call a spade a spade. PCA should have been in there. Kyle Tucker should have been in there.
They should have just let me be right in the first episode and let Nico get in there.
Yeah,
So-
Nico, I think, has like 17 home runs too.
Probably.
Maybe
He probably would've
or
done better.
16.
So-
He's getting close. I mean, he's having a good season. He's
At least.
Kind of
clutch.
wild.
Yeah.
He's not supposed to be doing that.
No, he's not a power hitter. I could be exaggerating a little bit. That's the fandom in me coming out. But nonetheless, if you ask me, there's like 7 different Cubs with 20 home runs. But I know that's not the case. I can argue it though.
That is true. That is very.
Say I should have been in it. How about
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Say I should have been in it instead of Jazz. That's
Seiya got snubbed from everything.
Everything.
I saw there was an all snub list.
oh yeah.
What about Shohei?
And he was snubbed from that list.
I saw that too.
They didn't
I
include
saw
him on
same
that.
thing,
And
dude.
I was like, Seiya got snubbed from the
It's not-
snub.
that's
How is that
nuts.
possible?
That's nuts. He's having, dude. I mean, he's having a tremendous opening start of the season. I'm biased. I'll be the first to admit it. I think a lot of the Cubs are. I don't know if they can sustain it, but
In that division, they can.
Yeah, can we talk about the Tigers though?
Yeah.
So if we can, are we done with this, or do we want to talk about the All-Star game? Because I
can
do
talk
also
about the All-Star game because I know after our break we're going to hit the first half.
Yeah,
recap.
we'll come back with first half, but I want to talk about the Tigers.
Don't worry,
because
it's
they're
on my
having
list
an
too.
unreal season. I know.
Yeah.
But All-Star game. That was, and we talked about it last week. Baseball obviously is number one for
a
like
reason.
It is. And I don't know if you guys saw like the viewership numbers, but it was like baseball 7.2 million, and then under that it was like million for NBA, million for the Pro Bowl. NHL just didn't have an All-Star, but Four Nations counted.
To be fair, at Four Nations had close to like 20.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like they're raising the bar, but they don't call it the All-Star break. But
no,
MLB is just doing it so much better than everywhere else. And it was such a great game. I thought.
Absolutely.
They were down what? AL was down 6-0. 6-0. In what inning? 6th, 7th inning? It was getting late.
5th or 6th.
It was getting late.
I think they got 4 in the 6th or 7th.
I was going to say, I know, well, Ranger Suarez gave up 2 runs, but I don't know if he's...
Of course he did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to trade that guy.
Yeah. I'm going to have to trade that
Make
guy.
the call.
Yeah, make the call, GM.
No, but how
he's
about Paul
gotta be
Skeens,
punished.
huh? Also, not getting a win in the All-Star game.
It's kind of nuts. It is kind of nuts. He's the most unlucky pitcher of all time.
That's typical.
It
Dude
is.
finally
He's expected.
sitting there thinking, I'm going to get this win. Nope.
Yeah. What is unexpected is that he had, 6 support runs behind him at one point. Little bit nuts, though, that, he didn't get a win.
No, but no.
First time all season, I bet that he's experienced, an offense that can produce 6 runs.
Produce a run.
Finally get the run support, and he got to watch a teammate give some run support in the Derby. So,
100%.
Is it bittersweet?
I saw a stat, or not a stat, a tweet online where it was like, yeah, my wife was watching the game and she saw that she was like, wow, this offense is really doing well. This is amazing. Like, do they always get this many runs? And the guy was like, yeah, honey, you're a Pirates fan. Like, you shouldn't be used to this.
No, not at all.
That's why it's unexpected. Oh, man.
Woof. Man.
Yeah, but other than that, great game. Now, what's your guys' thoughts on the swing off?
Now, if you've got any notes on that, by all means, I can close it off.
I'm a little concerned about it and the fact that they're trying to experiment with a bunch of things in the All-Star game and try to implement it. It makes me nervous that they're going to try to do this in the regular season.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
If it gets to like a certain point, if it's like the 15th, maybe I'm okay with it. If a game's going like 4.5 hours.
I don't hate that at all, but
if you're going to do that for the 10th inning, I think that's a terrible idea. And I think they're going to seriously entertain this because it was good for the All-Star game.
100%.
I liked it for that. You don't need to go past the.
I wouldn't have hated to
9,
watch like the man on second start. I wouldn't have hated it. I was enjoying the game enough that I was like, all right, let's watch more baseball. You know what I mean? Let's watch some more.
I agree.
But nonetheless, I mean, here's the thing: you got the best closers, the best pitching crew. I don't know how deep their roster can be in the All-Star. If it is just like a regular 26-man roster or what, but
pretty sure it
is
the normal 26.
Okay. Yeah. Point being though, it's like if they're carrying the same amount of players in there, I would be okay watching another couple innings of the best players on planet Earth playing just regular baseball with man on second.
Absolutely, and I mean, I've got so many thoughts on it because even after the swing off concluded, it still said 6-6.
Yeah,
despite them
they
winning.
updated it though. They updated it. Yeah, if you check the scores right now, it's 7-6 NL. Okay. I did see that too, and I was a little pissed at that.
Well, I was just kind of like, oh, okay, it's a tie. I get it's a tie.
It's an old man yells at cloud argument, but I get upset with that as well.
Oh my god. No, really, I think my take on it, and it's funny. You can call me old. You can call me old-fashioned. I don't care. We go to OT, essentially, right? Extra innings. We get batters up to bat with a predetermined amount of pitches, a predetermined amount of strikeouts for home runs. It's almost like they brought the old format of the home run derby in.
I like that.
And people liked it. And I mean, if it was that cool, why not just go back to that for the home run derby?
I don't hate that.
No, and then like you said, let the players play.
Yeah. Although I will argue too, the NL was bound to win that.
Oh, absolutely.
Pete Alonso, Schwarber. I don't even care who the first. I forgot who the first NL batter was, but it doesn't matter. You got Schwarber and Alonso, in cleanup, and the whatever the swing off here. It's like an AL had who?
Cal.
That's
Come
it.
on. Come on.
That's it.
But that,
Well, and Aaron.
Well,
you know how he does on the big stages. He doesn't show up.
It's true.
but they weren't. Was he even in the swing off though?
I saw a stat that
I don't think he was.
No, he wasn't. He was on a private jet. Him, Otani, a bunch of like the starters that got relieved in the second, third inning. They left like midway through the game.
They did. I will say, and I granted, I don't know if it's an accurate stat. We can deep dive after this episode, but someone had tweeted that in the All-Star Home Run Derby, Jazz Chisholm had 49 at-bats for those 3 home runs, and in the postseason last year, Aaron Judge had 49 at-bats and only 3 strikeouts. I'm sorry, not 3 strikeouts, 3 home runs. So, was he doing his best Aaron Judge impersonation?
100%.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that little nod to the OG there. I like that.
It's a
decent
A
argument.
little tip of the cap,
Yeah,
right?
little hey, I see you.
Hey, Cap.
Interesting. That's a take.
Something.
That's a take.
It's something. But good for Kyle Schwarber coming in and getting that MVP award.
Non-Cub, he's made my favorite player. I love
Yeah.
Schwarber so much.
Red Sox messed up not
Dude.
re-signing him, man.
Dude, I'm telling you.
They messed up.
Yeah, they all did.
They should have kept him.
Yep.
Phillies reaped
brutal.
the reward.
It's brutal.
So,
Do we think the Phillies move him, though?
No.
why?
Okay.
Why would
you?
they?
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm just curious.
He's also such a clutch like playoff performer that it's like
He is.
They're bound. They're playoff bound. I mean, I hope they have a slide here because I want, again, selfishly, I want the Cubs to come through, but I hope they have a slide. I don't think they will though.
There's no way.
I know.
The Mets are gonna. They're gonna Mets.
Yeah, the Mets will Mets. That's
And,
like the sun rises in the east, sets in the west.
Marlins have won 7 in a row, and they're still 20 games under whatever it is.
Oof,
maybe
yeah.
10.
Yeah.
Phillies got it on lock. I know it's
100%.
close, but when push comes to shove,
Yeah.
the Mets will find a way
This is
to
true.
mess this up.
This is
100%.
true. This is true.
It's all about the Mets, though.
It is all about
It's
the
all about the
Mets.
Mets, baby. The Mets, the Mets, the Mets. Oh man,
But good. Am I relieved that the All-Star break is done?
I'm ready to get back
I'm happy.
to normal
I'm happy.
ball.
And obviously, with today being the first round of games
Hell
in the
yeah.
second half, it's going to
Some
be
good games.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But it was I'm glad to be back in the swing of it.
It's good. It's good. And I know in this stretch, obviously, we're kind of getting close to figuring out who's going to go where, what the division winners are going to look like, and obviously, a few months later, we're going to be talking about football and
I know, I can't wait.
the NBA.
I can't wait. But first things first, we got to get to some trade talk.
Oh,
I think after the break here, after the cut, we'll get to a couple of first season starters.
Yeah, definitely.
And then,
First half recap and
I do want to focus a little bit on like some trades. I like talking, like
I love
talking
it. I
front
love
office,
doing
GM work.
hypothetical here.
Yeah.
Draft talk too, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh yes.
Well, that
100%.
goes into it. That goes into it. So, absolutely.
Make sure you check out these channels. I started watching Pucking Ballboys, and I don't even know who I am anymore.
All right, welcome back. So, yeah, I know just to kind of catch us up, I know it's going to be pre-recorded anyway, but we just talked about the All-Star break. Now we're going to get into the first half recap. I know we've got second half starting today, and that's fantastic, but let's give some takeaways about this first half of the MLB season so far, huh, boys?
Oh yeah. Biggest surprise. What are we thinking?
Ooh.
A biggest surprise to me, and it might not be a surprise to most, is the Colorado Rockies and how bad they are. Mainly because of how bad
God.
the White Sox were last year. It was
Yo.
like, just couldn't.
White Sox can't have
Nobody.
anything nice.
That's what I'm saying.
They just finally
No.
got recognized for being so bad.
No.
And then the Rockies decide to one up them and say,
Sorry.
people have already forgotten
They
about
can't
the
even-
one
they
for
can't
White
even be
Sox.
good.
That
sucking.
is the best case scenario for the Chicago White Sox is setting
This is
the
true.
record for being the worst team and then another team following it up a year after.
100%.
But I also like Nate's point. It's like they're not even good at being bad.
They're not good at anything.
There's like they can try to be the worst ball club of all time, and they can't even do that.
Can't even do that right. Come
Well,
on.
Now
are we doing?
I will give the front office and I will give the coaching staff all the props for signing 2 veteran players that I can think of that nobody really gave contracts to. Number one, because he was there opening day and he's been there since, was Miguel Vargas, the third baseman, who's been on a tear.
He's been playing lights out.
Absolutely. And then number 2, they brought in Adrian Hauser.
Dude.
That's true.
That guy's a stud. He's an
Yes,
arm, dude.
yes. And, that kind of frustrated me that the Cubs didn't do that because,
Damn.
Consul coached him when
True.
he was in Milwaukee.
That's true.
Why
I
didn't
forgot
we
about
bring
that.
him?
I
And
forgot
they
he
got
came
to
from
Tom
Milwaukee.
Ray.
Yeah.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
That's very true.
It's okay. We'll get him next
You
year.
could still trade for him anyway.
They should. I have
Cash
been
considerations.
I have been talking so much trash to Matt, our buddy Matt, that we're trading for Shane Smith. We're trading for Adrian Hauser. We're trading for the whole team. Give me, throwing Vargas is just like, why not?
I mean, we need a third baseman.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, rob them blind of the only good players they have, and they'll probably be subpar on the Cubs. But like, at least the Cubs will have a World Series roster. I mean, they already kind of do. But give us another arm. I love that. Give us a third baseman. Love that. Speaking of third baseman, and I know it's kind of a throwback to the All-Star game, but like, how about Shane Smith drilling
Hitting Suarez?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like that's my guy. I need him. That's my third baseman in 2 weeks from now. Like, come on.
That was tough.
That was tough.
D-backs fans cannot catch a break.
Well, it almost seemed like it was intentional. And this is the
There's
weird...
no way.
I mean, now
There's no way.
I don't. He's a White Sox dude. He can't pick his.
Well, the White Sox have
like
had
that.
a lot of beef with the Diamondbacks this year. We know what happened to Ketel Marte in Chicago.
True.
What?
Do you not know about this?
Oh, you didn't hear about that.
Yeah, who watches White Sox Diamondbacks?
That's very true.
I would ask Adam to
You
pull this
win.
up, but I don't want to have to go into that. So I'll give a recap. Long story short, Ketel Marte, I think was
That's
rounding second. There was a
That's it.
22-year-old fan in the crowd like yelling at Marte about his mother dying.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
That's
I did. Okay. I forgot about it because, again,
It's not good.
There's no audio
both
from
teams
what
are
I've
kind
found.
of in track, but
It's
Yeah.
not good.
Yeah.
So-
he was banned. That guy was banned.
Indefinitely.
Indefinitely or whatever.
Yeah.
Good.
certified White Sox fan.
That's a
moment. I'm just
Southsider.
saying.
That's a
I'm just
Southsider.
saying,
No, that's a Southsider.
Yeah,
For sure.
100%.
Yeah, you don't get that at the friendly confines.
No. Well.
Well, you get all the drugs. But,
Yeah. Might be something different, but I don't think we're going after mothers, dead mothers,
No.
live mothers. We're going
We're
after
definitely
those.
going after live mothers.
Oh my god.
Here it is.
Yeah.
A fan was up on the dugout shouting things
Yeah.
about my mother. He was like, "Last night I sent a message to your mother." Okay. Okay.
I feel like though, like I know that happened. There's just no way.
Get over it.
Like, why would Shane Smith retaliate?
Yeah. No, there's no way.
That would be a
There's
terrible.
no way.
Oh, no,
In
I'm
the
not-
All-Star
I'm not saying
game
any
of all time,
correlation
there's no way.
If
whatsoever.
it was reversed, if Suarez was the pitcher and Smith was the hitter,
Yeah.
and if Smith got hit,
A little different.
maybe
Little
I can
different.
see
No,
it, but like,
absolutely.
there's just no way.
Yeah,
I'm not saying there's
exactly.
any
It
retaliation.
wasn't
or
even the
anything,
worst
it's just,
hit by pitch in the All-Star break.
This is true.
By the
This
way.
is true.
No.
This is
Cal
true.
Riley getting
By his
hit by
dad.
pitch by his dad.
That's insane.
As
I
they were
love that.
talking
I
about,
love
they
that.
were talking about how his dad was this great coach in Division I ball.
That was intentional.
And
100%. You get an
literally-
opportunity to
I
beat
mean,
your kid.
My goodness.
That's
I don't
I'm throwing
know.
some heat at his
I
gut.
think it was announcer jinx for sure.
Yeah.
That
That's
that
true.
was
Yeah,
wild
that's
that
a
they
good-
said that, and then
That's a good
boom,
point.
they hit.
That's a good
He
point.
hits Cal. Like, how do you manage to do that?
Speaking of Cal,
What?
what a first half.
my
What a
goodness.
That's an
first
understatement.
half. So he's one shy of Barry Bonds' all-time
Rip.
record.
So
what
sad.
do we think? What do we think? I mean, what's his number at right now
So wait for home
for the season? He's got to be
38.
at. No. I know, but what's his
Oh.
line at? Like for the end of the season, he's got to be close to like 69, 70 home runs, something crazy.
He'll dip
I
off.
can pull it up. I can pull it up right now. You guys talk.
Certainly, he should dip off, but
I would love for him to hit 70.
dude, would that be so sick?
If a catcher hit 70.
Dude,
in
so-
that stadium, by the way.
That's what I'm
To
saying.
Remind
So
people.
all-time record, right? 72. Am I wrong?
73. 72 or 73.
McGuire, I believe. No.
Bonds.
Oh, it was Bonds.
No.
Okay, I'm thinking of the
Because Bonds,
Summer
Riley
of
would've
Slams
tied
or whatever.
the
Yeah,
re-
yeah,
that
yeah.
was the year Bonds set the record.
Yeah, it was 2001. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when was the summer of slugging with Sammy and Mark?
98, I
Oh,
believe.
okay. So that was when it
98
was
or 99.
originally set.
Yeah.
Okay. And what was that number? Was that 68 or
66.
66?
I
Okay.
think.
Nuts. Barry Bonds. Dude, that man should be in the Hall of Fame.
Just admit you use steroids, and I'm fine with it.
Dude, using steroids,
Bold
I don't
take,
care. Yeah.
Bold take. I just like. I
Corking is
don't.
bad. I don't. You do what you do.
You use steroids, like
Yeah.
respectfully, but he was a Hall of Famer before. I mean, his hand-eye coordination was disgusting.
Here's my one and only argument. Juice up every player in the MLB today, and I don't think any one of them does what he does.
No,
Period.
100%.
That's to me is like, say what you will about it. Put an asterisk on it. Say it's not legit. Nobody else could have done it, and everyone was juicing back then.
Nobody else could.
He
No,
also
I
was
agree.
hitting 70 bombs against
While
pitchers that were
while
juicing.
getting walked like every other
Every other
at
bat, but the pitchers themselves were also juicing.
Yeah.
So to me, I don't know. Throw that argument out. I think it's like you said, admit you're cheating and just be done with it.
Yeah.
Like, OJ probably deserved to get his Heisman stolen, but if he just admitted, I did it. I whacked him. Maybe he doesn't get taken. Maybe he doesn't have to rob them of his Heisman again and go to jail, deservingly so.
OJ.
He did get it back for a brief minute, He
didn't whack. Allegedly.
Well, alleged. No, I'm talking about the original
This
offense.
is not the turn I was expecting
Yeah.
us to go.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to
that's
bring that
hilarious.
up. Let's rein it back in. First half.
I cannot find the line anywhere
Okay.
for prior to the season or the live.
We can
line
set it
is.
Let's set it
ourselves.
right now.
So we could pull it up.
I'm gonna go. It's at 64.5. I think.
Yeah.
I think that's a pretty good line.
number to put it at. I mean, that's
And let's just be real here.
Push.
We're sitting here saying 64.5, and it's like, yeah, that's a good line. It's good. That is
huge
an
number.
all-time season.
yeah.
Like it already
Yeah.
is an all-time season, but 64 home runs. If he does get that mark or eclipses it or falls
It's
just
the
shy of it,
It's the greatest season for a catcher
for catch
ever,
for all time,
by far.
100%.
Do you want to know what's unfortunate about that?
He's got a big ass.
That's not.
That's not
unfortunate.
unfortunate.
He will more than likely still fall second in the MVP race. For
Here's the
AL.
thing. So
Yeah.
I have this brought up.
Good.
It's unfortunate, but it's the right call to give Judge the MVP because
without question.
Judge is leading every other stat.
Yeah.
And so for
And he's still got, what, 30 home runs on the season or 27, 28?
he's like 3 behind.
That's my point.
Cal.
That's my point.
So,
He's right there.
I hate to see it. Is there an opportunity for Cal to still win? Yes.
Absolutely.
Couple of different ways he could do this. So one, I mean, he's got to break. I think he's got to beat the all-time home run record.
All time
of all time, not just AL. He's got it. He's got to beat Bonds.
You're right.
That puts him in the conversation.
Oh, sure.
It's hard to argue.
If he does that, then you could probably ignore some of the other advanced metrics. But
Hey, Adam, can we pull up Cal Raleigh's stats real quick? And also Aaron Judge. We could do like a side-by-side here. I would love to see that.
So, yeah, I can almost send you this if I need to, but I actually did a little bit of the advanced metrics, seeing how they do.
Advanced metrics.
Well, no, because I Googled what goes into voting for the MVP race. And so Google gave me a few
OPS+.
different.
I'm laughing
so-
because baseball has made a mockery of advanced stats. Like just the random stats they have
I'll
out there.
say
It's
I'm
nuts.
gonna say it's better than how we used to do it.
True.
There are pitchers that were winning MVP in like
True.
1999 because they won 22 games and their ERA is like 4 something.
This is true. This is
so
true. But I
it's
also like.
better than how we used to do it.
Do we
Definitely.
really need batting average on balls in play? Do we need BABIP? Is
It-
that a
it-
legit
Well, so
stat?
that I don't have
depends.
those.
If
I don't
it's-
have those in my
if
numbers.
it's a race like this, I think you do.
Fair
Yes.
enough.
When
Okay.
it's Judge versus Cal, absolutely.
Let's take a peek here. But go on, Brandon.
So-
I want to hear your
But
advanced stats.
before I go right into it, I do have to say, of the 10 players I wrote down, just to kind of go through this and see who might qualify for the AL MVP, you've got Aaron Judge, who's sitting at the 1.195 OPS.
Yeah, with
Cal.
a 3.54 average. Jesus.
Cal at 1.01, and then the next closest is 8.5 with Bobby
Yeah,
Witt.
yeah, no,
That's-
it's a two-man
what drop
race.
off.
It's a two-man
without
race.
question.
And Bobby Witt Jr.
It's not even that. It's just, by the way, it's having a phenomenal year.
That's what I'm
These
saying.
two are just having ridiculous
two of the greatest
years.
seasons
Absolutely.
of all time, and we're watching it. Let's just go through these stats here. They
Sure.
both have about the same at bats. Maybe you give it to Judge a little bit more, but 354 batting average halfway through the season with 35 home runs and a
Considering-
1. We'll just call it a 1.2 OPS. Absolutely ridiculous.
Considering 9 guys in the MLB have a batting average of above 300.
300, yeah.
Not that we use that as really a stat anymore, but it is
Yeah.
wild
Oh, I
that
know.
only 9 guys have it, and
And-
he's
and-
at 350.
And he's also 34 home runs. What do we just say here?
35.
35
I
home
said
runs.
34, but he had
Come
35.
Come on. 81 ribbies. Are you serious? 1.2 OPS.
You want to know the craziest stat? He'll have 0 home runs in the postseason.
That is a hot take. That is a hot take.
It's bad.
I don't hate that.
I mean, Buddy can't show up.
Before I jump into the little bit of factors I have here, I will say I do find it funny that the MLB.com website has Baj for Aaron Judge's nickname, but does not have Big Dumper for Cal.
Oh, well,
There is
that's-
no nickname. There's no
that's
nickname.
trusting.
That after this year, that'll
MLB.
certainly change.
Get it together.
That'll change.
No,
Come on.
absolutely. But anyway, kind of going through it, they're pretty much neck and neck in most categories, and there's only 2 stats that really stand out to me. And I'll read them all off for you.
Batting average is one.
Well, I don't have that in here.
Well,
So-
I'm looking at it right now. It's
Right.
100 points higher
Yeah,
for
and
Judge. That's
obviously,
nuts.
Yeah, the normal stats are going to take into consideration. But you
Yeah.
also, so they don't have WAR listed on here. Aaron Judge has a 7.4 WAR, and Cal's got a
Disgusting.
6.2.
Yeah, no,
So
it's nuts.
don't get me wrong, it's a point difference there. The WPA is 0.3 of a difference. You've got the WRC plus. Aaron Judge is at 219.
That's a big stat.
That is,
That's
yeah.
a big stat. So Aaron Judge is at 219, and Cal is at 178.
Yeah, that's such a big
That's
jump.
crazy.
The one that stands out to me is the defensive runs saved, where Aaron Judge is sitting at a 4 right now, and Cal is at a -5.
But to me,
yeah.
that's like catcher though. What?
Sure.
Like how much? How many?
but
like
he's supposed to be known to have an elite glove, so that's
yeah, this is true. This is true.
I did not realize he was not having.
But I
didn't
would,
either.
I would love to know, like, as a catcher, what's going into that stat for defensive WAR or whatever it is.
Well, the plays that I can think of just as a novice baseball fan off the top of my head right now is all of the plays that are coming in where they're throwing and trying to get the guy out at home.
Like, if that's the only opportunity, then okay, the sample size is what, 2 or 3 of them, a week, if that.
Or, well, I guess in terms of catcher too, what about him trying to pick people off, right?
That could be something.
I would say that's a big one.
Well, so my thought is, like, it immediately goes to, like, okay, like if a pitcher has a pass ball or a wild pitch and a run scores from third, does that go against Cal? Or if they consider it a wild pitch, would that go
I
against
actually
pitcher?
don't know. I'm not.
But that's
I'm
the
not
part.
looking into this.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I for a center fielder, it's quite easy to calculate what goes into defensive WAR. But for a catcher, I'm not really sure.
I don't know if errors would qualify. I don't know if
true.
errors
That's
qualify
true.
for any form of stat other than just they have an error.
Yeah. Either way, though, we're witnessing 2 of the greatest seasons in recent history,
Without question.
And that brings up my next question here, which I've been thinking about. I saw it somewhere online, and I think it's a valid argument. Is Judge better than Mike Trout
Yes.
Oh gosh.
in their
No.
careers? In their careers,
No.
I don't know. As we get closer, because like
Trout's all around.
you're right.
Better glove, better speed.
How old is Trout right now?
Same age.
So that's my point,
Wow.
right? And if you look at his career stats against those career stats, I don't know where he sits. As a bat, Aaron Judge, I think, takes it by far. To your point, all around.
I think the better debate is prime. Compare each other's primes.
that's a good one.
Careers, Judge has caught up.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
In Trout's prime.
You're right.
He had
The
one
peak,
of
the
the greatest
peak.
seasons ever. He had like
The peak.
Absolutely.
He had like 2 or 3 seasons.
I mean,
of,
we're dude, it is neck and neck, but he's got, what,
he was
1,000 more
he
at
was
bats?
on pace to hitting 600 or 700 home runs.
Crazy amount of stolen
Yeah,
bases.
yeah,
too.
you gotta
this
take
is-
that into consideration.
yeah.
Before
You're
all
right.
these injuries,
You're right.
At his peak, he was on pace
You're
to
right.
be the only other guy to potentially hit 600.
My
Yeah.
point in all this, though,
So-
is that I think you give it a couple more seasons, and
Judge will pass him.
we
career-wise.
know Mike Trout will not make the playoffs. He will not.
That's the 2 big factors for
But-
me. Is number 1, the Angels after Shohei has left have essentially, I don't want to say they're
Even when he was there.
fair.
Even when Shohei was there. It's the Angels. Let's be honest here.
But that's kind of the big point too, and I know Nate mentioned it. For me, the injuries do play a part in it because
Yeah.
Aaron Judge is on the field almost 160 games a year, hypothetically. Maybe a 10-day IL stint, if that.
I know, but I think, and again, I would argue you're absolutely right. Like, the highs of the highs are way, to me, they're better with Trout. I totally agree.
100%.
However, I do think that there's something to be said about longevity in this. And
would
it's
love
like you consistently are putting up those numbers, and yeah, you don't get injured,
Well,
whatever.
we
but
could go back into throwing postseason argument. I understand Trout hasn't been there. He's been only there one time. Judge is historically bad.
Sure.
This is true.
I mean,
This is true.
historically
So let's
bad.
throw that out.
And the
'cause
postseason.
neither one of them
Because
really go to
I
the
think, I think if it negatively infects Judge.
Yeah.
When you are this good in the regular
Yeah.
season,
Yeah.
and you blow it time after time. The only reason they made the World Series last year, in my opinion,
You're not
was because of
wrong.
Juan Soto.
You're not wrong.
They added him. They made it. They got smoked.
Adam, if you could do us a
But-
favor, so because I love
Adam's
what you're
doing.
going
Hey,
with.
shout out
Go
Adam,
ahead.
by the way. He's doing a
W-
tremendous
W-
job.
guy.
W-
That's our tech guy.
W's in the chat.
Yeah, I want a new tab on both of these just because I want the offensive stats up there too. If you do a new tab for me real quick on both of these, just type in Mike Trout FIP, FIP, and it'll bring up the website I want because this will show us defensive stats too. So scroll down a little bit. It's going to be
Does he dip? That was a interesting.
Smoked trout. Wait, hold on.
boy.
Let's pull up the smoked trout dip recipe real quick.
okay.
Type
what goes into
type
that?
in MLB after that.
You think they got dill in there? What are we talking about spices wise? Trout dip.
Scroll down. Scroll down. It's going to be a green website.
Maybe. Are you sure it's not like
Fangraphs,
baseball?
that's
Oh,
what I
yeah,
want.
Fangraphs. You gotta love Fangraphs.
Yep. And then you can just copy and paste this in the other section and just type in Aaron Judge. What did you drop?
Now I'm driving.
in.
Now I'm
Just
doing stuff.
Woof. All right. So, quick outlook. This should be total, right? We've got the total right there. There you go. Perfect. And he's right there. Aaron Judge is number 1.
Aaron.
Not the Pokemon. Oh, now you guys type it back in. There it is. Nope.
Perfect.
Appreciate you.
2025. Man,
Okay.
they're getting old.
So, okay. So, looking at it here, we've got...
What are we looking at? We got a lot of numbers on the screen right now.
So, Judge has him on the WRC by about, what, 10 points? Uh-oh. I hope you get free 30 days.
In total, right? Yeah, about 10 points. You're right.
And then the WAR is drastically different in Trout's favor.
I couldn't agree more. And that I think a lot of that comes from the defensive side of the
Yes.
ball. 100%.
and speed. So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that's the thing.
I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. As tremendous as Aaron Judge is, all the highlights he has, there was one play that stands out in my mind. One play, and it was from last year's World Series.
100%.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think we all do.
Yeah. You cannot be that good. Yep. Boom. Bingo. You can't be that good behind the plate and drop a ball in the biggest moment of your career. Like, that is
it doesn't help that he's been
inexcusable.
so bad in the postseason behind the plate.
Exactly.
And then he finally in that game was figuring it out and then found a different way to blow it.
Dude.
So that's my thing. Like, we'll never know. This makes a harder debate because we'll never know with Trout in the postseason.
I know.
It's just I get
Or
the longevity
Trout on a
thing.
good team,
When
period.
Judge has been this bad in the playoffs, when you need him, there's no point.
That's
you
true.
just you just
That's
bench
true.
him.
That's true. That's true.
You
Judge,
debatably bench him in the postseason at this
Yeah.
point.
I-
It's
Yeah.
insane how bad he's been each playoff run.
I know we'll talk about this after the following break here, but so we'll just leave this question as a yes or no. Does Mike Trout retire an Angel, or do they move him?
100%.
I think he retires an Angel.
If he stuck it out this long,
Question is, because there was talks about it too, and I don't know if they're still out there. Does Trout retire as one of the all-time greatest who ever played?
in prime, yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Well, see, again, you're bringing up this prime word, and it's like I'm just saying the
in my
totality of your career, I think, should weigh in. You know what I mean? You can't. I mean, Bo Jackson, one of the greatest of all times, right? But career cut short. He would be inarguably the best who ever did it behind the ball as a running back if he stayed healthy.
You don't know, Bo.
But I don't, apparently. But I do know that
it's
Bo
just-
would have. You get my point, though. It's like I do
Absolutely.
think you have to factor in the injuries and longevity here. I hate to say it because I brought it up last episode. Michael Jordan guy. LeBron's longevity is the reason why he's got all the stats and all that bullshit. Not the greatest in my book. 100% not the greatest in my book. But I have to give him a little bit of credit here. That's like the guy has played more games than anybody in NBA history, as far as I know.
Oh, well, you can't get touched anymore.
That's
Well,
it's true. It's true. We're talking to two different sports.
100%.
But my point remains is that I do think you have to weigh that into the factor. And to me, does he go down as one of the call it Mount Rushmore top 4 of all time? I'm not sure.
top 4, no.
No.
Yeah. But that's what
but
he was
if-
projected.
If you're gonna project Judge up there solely based on WAR, then you have to.
Yeah, that's my point. Is like I
If you're
think
gonna
they're
do
right
that
there.
with Judge,
I think
then
they're
you
right
have
there.
to with Trout.
Yeah.
Otherwise, no.
So we'll leave it at that for this period here. We'll go to a little intermission,
Well,
but
actually, I know because you mentioned something at the end of the first. So before we even cut, I want to bring it back. Who let the Tigers get hot?
for real, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Their pitching
AL
is
Central.
nuts. Yeah, their pitching is nuts. Like, and their bats are starting to come around a little bit too. It's like the AL Central, yeah, bad division, totally get it. But like, they are inarguably the best team in baseball,
They've
and
got
it's
some
I don't even
great
think that
bats,
close.
too, let alone the pitching.
That's what I'm saying.
Here's the
yeah.
big thing. Shout out for Javi Baez.
I was about to say, with the resurgence
Just-
of Baez,
yes.
who, by the way, just the biggest utility guy, goes from, short what did he play? Second base last year?
He was basically
Center field.
playing almost.
But now he's center field right now. But I thought he played second base or was that just the Cubs I'm thinking of? He's started an All-Star game
I
at
thought
3
he was
different
center last
positions.
year. I
It might
agree.
have
No. He was at shortstop. They may have moved him to third base at some point. But no,
3
because they
different
had-
positions in the All-Star game is nuts. It hasn't been done since like Pete Rose, and I forget who the other guy was, but you get my point. He's having a tremendous resurgence this year, and it's
him
like
and Torkelson.
I was about to say Torkelson.
because he was looking rough, and he's just found
Some of the greatest.
He's found a
names.
newfound confidence in himself, and
Torkelson,
he's
Tarek Skubal, like they've got some. They're like first
Skubal.
ballot.
Riley Green.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's been great. It's just I can't fathom it. And I will say, and it's funny, not to change the subject, but I did go through and we talked about the Phillies being on a roll. The Cubs still have them by 3 games.
Yeah,
so
I know.
That's
The Cubs have them by 3 games, but the Cubs are only up in the Central by like 3 games.
Milwaukee got
Yeah, Milwaukee they're not to be slept on, man.
Yeah.
that NL Central's the
Until the
best
playoffs
division in
happen,
baseball,
but yeah.
most competitive at least.
between our friend group, we had a lot of people talking about why the Cubs were only a minus 135 to win the division prior to the season starting. And I knew immediately between just the Brewers having a good team or good pitching staff, but also what about the Cardinals?
Yeah.
I mean, that team never goes away at all.
Yeah,
They're going to go
streaky.
like
They're streaky.
18-0 in August.
That's what I'm
'cause it's
saying. They're
St. Louis.
streaky. They're
Of course.
streaky.
It's just the most
And
St.
it's-
Louis, not just Cardinals. The Blues do this too.
Yeah.
It's just the most St. Louis thing ever.
100%.
This is the biggest, we'll never know. But the fact that they chose to get rid of Paul Goldschmidt over Nolan Arenado.
Oh my God, yeah.
What a
For
mistake.
real, what a mistake.
What a mistake.
What a
And
mistake.
It's unfortunate because I love Nolan as a player, but
I think he's benefiting from a Mickey Mouse stadium. I'm sorry.
That's true.
He's
That's
playing in New
true.
York.
New York. Yeah, there's so many asterisks with that. That's a great point. Either way,
know.
and then how about Boston too? Now that we're on the topic,
Boston.
we're finally getting around to the first half. It's only 20 minutes into the second period here, but we're finally getting into the first half. Boston got really hot there before the All-Star break. They traded Devers, and now it's like they got a whole new team. Whole
they
new
actually,
outlook.
Not a coincidence.
no, it is
Not a
not. It's
coincidence.
not.
Some are saying locker
So-
room cancer. Everyone's saying that. Actually, it's not a surprise.
Yeah, it's cat's out of the bag.
Yeah.
Now,
He's not a great teammate.
I'm not going to call you a Boston fanatic, but I know you follow the Red Sox. There's a player on the team who I'm just going to show you the name because I know I'm going to absolutely butcher it.
I can't say the first name. Rafaela. I know Rafaela.
Okay, Raphael.
I know the
I'll leave
last
it
name.
there.
I
he's-
got this.
Already. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Sedania.
The Boston Red Sox
Nailed
player.
it.
That's his name.
Got it.
He is.
Can we get some
Turn it
phonetic spelling
on.
in the comments?
Yeah, please tell us how to say this name. So next time we don't go,
Yeah.
Well,
it comes
just
up.
just watch a highlight. I'm sure somebody like in a YouTube
It has
highlight
to.
ad
It has
said
to.
it,
Yeah.
right?
They just avoid it the whole season. All they nothing.
Or Red Sox infielder.
Yeah. Oh man.
yeah. No, but he's
What
got a
else?
chair.
We only got a couple more minutes here left before
Sure.
we're gonna cut out here for the first or the second intermission or second. We'll cut out for the second intermission. But
Sure.
What other first half storylines are there? I mean, Shohei's certainly going to win the MVP in NL, but I do love that PCA. I think he actually won the first half MVP votes, if that's even a thing. But what else we got?
Well, fun fact: MLB's on pace for most shutouts in a season
Really?
ever.
Oh, yeah.
I find that hard to
did-
believe, actually.
I let that one
It's
slip
true
past
though.
me.
I don't remember. I wish I wrote down how many we've had up to this point, but there have been
Yeah,
a
couple more
ton
now.
of shutouts, and I'm sure the
'Cause I
Rockies.
feel like there's been a lot of scoring, too.
I'm sure and there has.
Yeah, the Rockies got to account
Rockies
for a good
probably
portion
account
of
for
it.
half.
Yeah.
White Sox exist.
I saw some stat, and I don't know if it's like, I don't know if it still holds true, but at one point in the season, like the NL, what is it, AL West or NL West? The Rockies playing the, what, NL
West.
West? Yeah.
Yes.
The NL West was like a combined run differential of like negative 300 or something nuts like that. And four out of the 5 teams had a positive run differential. It was just how bad the Rockies were.
I don't think it's true anymore, but I do remember saying that. My favorite Rocky stat this year, at one point, their catcher had the best ERA out of
I
anybody
did
on
see
the
that
team.
too.
yeah.
That is
Guys,
nuts.
that-
That is absolutely
So
insane.
insane how bad they were.
And you know what's great about it? They're just the fans there are still going to pack out the stadium. Got their reefer out
As
there.
they
They
should.
don't know
It's
what's
because
going
it's
on.
where the
Curse.
stadium's located.
I was going to say it's a
Yeah.
great spot. So
Yes.
I can't argue with
Beautiful.
that. They got some of the fans of the MLB. I'm not going to say the greatest. They're not the most passionate. They're just fans. They show up.
They got everything else great going on. They got the
Right.
abs. They got the Nuggets.
This is true.
That they're happy about Bo Nix.
Exactly.
So they're like,
It's
you know
okay.
what? We can take an L on
It
one.
levels out.
We got the other three.
100%.
So
My 2 points were pretty much talked about by a lot of major other sports, ESPN, The Herd, whatever. The first one I'll go into is
The Herd.
Anyway,
Wikipedia source.
Shout
yeah,
out.
right. Well, anyway, obviously, in the big easy one is the IL for the Dodgers, right? All that money that's
We will
just
get
sitting
to
around.
that.
We are getting to that. Mickey Mouse.
Anyway, and the number 2, and this one was kind of talked about, but also the Astros leading their division right now after everyone talked about them getting rid of Bregman and Tucker.
Yeah.
So
Rangers letting down once again. 1 year wonder.
Yeah. Who else is in that division, though? It's
So
really-
it's-
Angels, Athletics, Mariners,
yeah,
all
that's,
bums.
that's what I was about to say. So it's like, I don't think it's that big.
Cal is carrying Seattle.
Yeah, this is true.
respectfully.
This is true.
which is ironic
Respectfully.
because they do have a good pitching staff. They do.
They've always
But-
had a
yeah.
good pitching staff. They're Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't argue that. I
You
can't argue
make
that.
Great
There's
points here.
just some teams that just can't figure it out because they're just that team, and Seattle's that team.
Yeah.
Sure. And, that's going to tie us into our second half talk here and what we're looking forward to. So let's just, I think we've hit a good where we're going to go. Unless you're giving me the finger. I think you've got one more thing to talk about.
One more.
I just have to give, if we're not going to cover the draft tonight, I got to give a quick
Yes,
shout out.
yes,
Sure.
quick.
2 guys from my alma mater did get drafted. Dominic Reed, and both to the Cubs, by the way.
Hell yeah.
So
Hell yes.
shout out to Chicago, loving my
I love
ACU.
that. I love that.
They love my alma mater. And Henry Cohn, they didn't draft him; they signed him. But
Very nice.
So let's go.
I don't watch any of those rounds of baseball draft. They do
Yeah,
it at the worst time. I could
The
not
fact
be
that
less
anybody
in-
got snagged.
Exactly. I could
I'm
not be
proud,
less
so-
intrigued.
So-
But good for baseball. How many rounds? It's 16, something nuts.
40?
Yeah, it's a
Whatever.
big number.
Too many.
All I'm going to say is I'm very excited for the 2026 Bowman series for Topps to come out because there's a lot
Oh,
of players I'm
jeez.
looking forward to getting. But that's okay.
And with that, we're going to the third. I'm not talking cards.
We'll catch you here in a minute. Thank you. And we're back. There you go. There you go. Oh, a little
Nice.
foam on that one. Oh,
All right.
foam. Little money shot. Mm-hmm. Sheesh. Wear it proud. Wear it proud.
It's a nice little cola.
Yeah.
Wolf Cola, sponsored by Boko Haram.
Well, hey, speaking of a little cheer section, we want to bring up the X poll we did after our first video. We wanted a little fan interaction. We were talking and saying, hey, we talked about our rankings. Show us what you think about these Major League All-Star breaks. And as
Lot
you
of
can
numbers.
see,
Lot of
Nate
numbers
was
came in.
spot on for our 8 voters.
W take.
But shout out Nate.
Yeah.
Nate with the take of the week from last year. It's just absolute spot on accuracy. I mean, again, I would like to see a little bit more participation. That's on you guys. You guys can figure that out. Work
That's okay.
it out.
That's the first one.
But the first
many more
one,
to come.
You hit it almost perfectly. We got F,
know
F,
ball.
F, A plus.
I know ball. What can I say?
He knows ball.
I know ball, chat.
This guy knows
Noted
ball.
ball knower.
No.
I'll put it on the record.
Put it on the board.
Go win. But again, I think our point was,
MLB's clearly the
MLB's
best.
number one. And
the
I
rest
think,
are
yeah.
just a disaster.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Hey, you know what else we could put on the board? I think it's time for our first segment. And I think, for our lineup,
gosh.
here, we've got a few DHs
A lot of
in this
DHs,
lineup.
I'd say.
So, hey,
A lot of DHs in the lineup.
if
but
he's ready to bat, let's give it up for our first designated hater.
Oh boy.
Nate, take it away.
Hater.
All right.
Do you want to
So,
explain this, or do you just want to go
Sure.
into
Oh,
it?
sure. Well,
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. So this segment is essentially going to be just one of us, some of us, all of us, giving our little quirks on some of the opinions
Player
we've
hater
had
of the
over the
week.
week. Yeah. This is a player haters club right now.
Yes.
All right, and
Lot of hate
this
going around.
clubhouse has a lot of haters in it.
Pushing
So,
boundaries a little bit, maybe. Who knows? Maybe not today, but eventually.
I'm sure there's going to be some hot takes in here.
Amen.
Okay, just don't make any players cry.
Oh,
I don't think you're going to listen to it anyway, but don't make
You're
them
certainly going to hear this.
I
Nate.
won't make a player cry.
I
but
want
I'll
you to
make
be-
a player's translator cry.
Here
And
we
without
That's for
further
sure.
ado,
Take
take
it
it
away.
away.
All right. So, yes, despite the fact I was wearing a Jackie Robinson Brooklyn Dodgers jersey, I am not quite fond of the Dodgers organization, as
is?
most of America should be. So I mean, my biggest issue right now, you lost 6 in a row. you're spending $1 billion and you got swept back to back.
But Nate, that's got to be an exaggeration. It can't actually be $1 billion they're spending on this lineup.
It's actually $1 billion. It's
Don't even get him started on the
Nuts.
IL.
Nuts.
Oh my gosh, the IL chat. Despite the fact that you're spending 700 something on Ohtani, well, really 20 million for the next 5 or 6, and then it's deferred. But yeah, the Pirates can afford it. By the way, let me mention. I saw a tweet. I know I'm all over the place here right now. I'll figure it out.
That's what hate does to you.
If the Pirates had spent that contract on Ohtani, it was 63% of the Pirates owner's net worth. 63%. So yes, the Pirate. Anybody can do it, right? Totally.
How many WNBA franchises could you buy with their IL salary right now?
All of them.
Yeah.
All of them at least 5 times over. Like, come on.
But they're not ready to expand yet, though, Nate. So let's not.
Yeah.
We won't touch that.
Just nuts.
Oh my gosh.
But Nate, they have to be, with this payroll of theirs and how much they're spending, they have to be semi-decent, right? They have to be leading their league or up there, right?
No, they are not.
Oh.
They are leading their division, albeit you have the Rockies. Anybody can beat the friggin' Rockies. And the Diamondbacks are struggling to figure things out, but to their credit, do have to deal with the Giants and Padres. But, Cubs got a better record. The Tigers got a better record. And the Phillies
have a better record.
Have a better record.
Yep.
And at this pace, maybe the Red Sox catch up to them. Probably not. They're a little bit behind. But, yeah, I mean, I know Dodgers fans, you've been a little unlucky with health, but you're spending this much. You can't afford one decent conditioning coach or one decent pitching coach to teach these guys
Training
how to stay healthy. Like, this is insane. I'm going to transition over to the next thing here.
Before you do, I just want to give you a quick stat that I've been taking care of. But I'm giving you more hate for this, right?
All
So
right.
you're talking about them beating the Rockies. Now I get it. The Rockies are bad. There's another bad team that the Dodgers have had some problems with over the last few years, and it's the Washington Nationals. They've played them twice in their best of 3 series. They've played 2 so far. They are 50-50, 3-3 on the money line. However, in a betting standpoint, and I know this is going to matter to you because the Dodgers this year have kind of broken the trend of the run line being at normal, -1.5. That's always what it is. Hockey, baseball, always 1.5. Now, because they're so good, sometimes they're getting a -2.5 line. I don't know. I would assume most of those games are -2.5 on the book for the Washington Nationals series. They are 1-5 against the Nationals covering the run line.
Nice.
Franchise.
Nice.
Poverty.
Nice.
You guys are an embarrassment.
I just figured I'd give you that.
I love
Thank you for giving me that because
More hate.
I'm gonna bathe in that.
I love that.
I can try to pull up what they are
over.
Phenomenal. So keep that in mind, Dodger fans. Your Mickey Mouse Clubhouse poverty franchise. But what I was gonna say is, you guys glazing your organization, ruining the All-Star game. Freddie Freeman debatably shouldn't even have been an All-Star.
Nope.
He's had a great year, but there are a couple first basemen that had better years.
Michael Bush.
So Michael Bush has definitely been better. Freddie should have, at the very least, not been starting.
Was Freddie, I mean, I know it's a fan vote deal, but was Freddie selected there because he's a former Braves?
No,
No?
it's because he's a Dodger.
Yeah.
it's because he's a Dodger.
Listen, I'm grasping at straws here. I
And
figured out
maybe
the
Braves
case.
fans, they've lost all hope on this season, to say the least. So maybe they voted because of that. And I know, there's not really animosity between them because, the agent.
There should be.
The agent. Well, it was.
Everybody should hate the Dodgers. They're the
was
evil empire.
It was the agent's fault why he didn't resign with
True.
Atlanta, though.
But
So,
everybody should hate the Dodgers. It's the evil empire of baseball.
100%.
Them and the Yankees.
Well, they're a failure of an evil empire. Come
true.
on.
Very true.
You're spending this money, and I know you won last year. Good for you. Congratulations. 2020, Mickey Mouse. We all know it is.
Yeah.
And before people say, it was debatably the hardest to win. It took you. No. It was your first World Series, and there's nobody in the stands. And you were playing in Texas.
Yeah.
You were playing freaking Texas.
Brutal.
So, and
Brutal.
before people give me crap, I would also called it Mickey Mouse for Tampa Bay because it would have been their first ring. It was
true.
Mickey Mouse
It's
either
true.
way.
It's true. It's
It was
true.
Mickey Mouse either way. It literally, Tampa Bay fans were going through this. They won back-to-back Stanley Cups. all these hockey fans were calling it Mickey Mouse.
It's true.
I'm not calling it Mickey Mouse because I hate you that much. It's just straight facts.
I'll call it Mickey Mouse because I hate him.
It was It's not my main reason for sure. It's
always been my biggest pet peeve with baseball. I understand the dynamics. You can pay whatever. There's no salary cap, all that stuff like that. But for God's sakes, if you're going to spend the billions on the roster, you have to. It has to pay. You have to have at least a handful of rings to show for it, and they have what? 2?
2 with 1 asterisk.
Yeah.
Well, it's insane. So, I've always said, bring back the Yankees, make them the big spenders again. We need them to be the evil empire again.
Yes.
I hate the Yankees, but I thought baseball was better when they were the evil empire. And I know they've gone on this stretch where this is their first World Series since 2009. But, when we were little, they were winning and they were taking us all off. But that's because they were spending it and spending it correctly.
This is true.
So Dodgers, I mean, I get it. You're exploiting this stupid deferred money nonsense.
No, not well.
And it's well for them, but, I just think it's unfair to the game. And
bullshit.
It's stupid. So,
gosh, I hate to change the subject, so I'll make this a short, brief little, because your comment about the Yankees spending right and winning a lot in the early 2000s is so poetic as knowing you're a Patriots fan. It's just you can hate on the Yankees for doing it, but they did it too.
They did it.
They did. But you know what? Come on, there's Tom Brady.
Yeah,
I mean,
but they had a salary cap.
That's
true.
The difference.
And
apples and oranges.
What receivers were they signing?
It's
traded for Randy. But beyond that, who were they signing in free agency?
Yeah, to Nate's credit, because I hate the Patriots, but it is apples and oranges with a salary cap. You can't have these teams spending billions and billions and billions of dollars while you have the Oakland A's in the same league.
Right?
You can't.
No.
And especially since again, Bill was the kind of guy that wasn't throwing out all this money for these superstars. He was signing freaking. All these white receivers that played at Walmart and played lacrosse.
Exactly. And
you're going to tell me Chris Hogan is the big free agent signing that's breaking the league?
He spent more money on lawyers to read through the NFL handbook and rules and regulations to see how he could cheat.
Now if they're bending the rules, But Bill was doing it in a way where he was...
That's where the payroll's going.
Yeah, so that's where you should get... where they should be hated. Is you're pushing the boundaries of the rules.
Sure.
But they were following the salary cap, and they were signing guys nobody else wanted.
Yeah.
Sure. No.
They did it, Who was drafting Julian Edelman? So that's how they thrived. They picked guys that didn't have an ego. For the most part, Randy certainly had an ego.
Straight cash only.
But, he never had an ego. What are you saying?
But, I mean, that's how they made it work.
They certainly did.
They were not spending big money, at least,
Dodgers are just like their motto is we're gonna pay billions of dollars for this square peg and we're gonna jam it through this round hole. We'll figure out a way.
It's ridiculous. And I will say one thing to the Dodgers' credit.
Sure.
Some of these smaller teams do need to spend more.
Oh, 100%.
I understand that
there needs to be a salary
they can't afford certain guys, but the fact that the Pirates' biggest contract, I think it was Brian Hayes, is $80 million. That's
and we got CBAs coming up soon, right? Like they're going to put a salary floor in.
Okay, they gotta enforce that.
Yeah, they will.
This is I know. Knowing Nate as long as I've known him, Nate I think is hated on any and every LA team that's imaginable.
100%.
But this is because I know because we're talking about all this hate for the Dodgers, right? Here's an unfortunate fact that I know some people know, but some people might not know. The Lakers just sold, right? The buses are out.
10 billion something, yeah.
Do you know who they sold it to?
I don't remember.
It's okay. I'll give you his name real quick. I was going to say it's irrelevant, but it's not. They sold it to Mark Walter, who is the owner of the Dodgers.
Yep, I did know that. Know that.
If you don't think that the Lakers are just going to start buying every player they can, here we go.
Again, salary caps though. That you got to be creative in every other sport but baseball. Baseball, you can just throw money at the problem.
Of course.
NBA has been a little
it's
they've been more
loosey-goosey.
flexible with creativity.
Sure.
I mean, what the Celtics, to be fair, did just do. I mean, they had to blow it up.
That's my point. They had to blow it up.
They were able to spend that.
Yeah.
So, and we're going to see, I think, if the Lakers don't re-sign Luka with this new
That's
owner,
nuts.
you're an
Yeah, that's the
embarrassment.
point.
Because, like, you better be able to bring him back. And
You have to.
yeah,
It's an
Nico,
indictment, yeah.
Nico Harrison, you suck, by
Could
the
you
way.
imagine if he goes back to like Dallas? He's like, nah, I'm not resigning. I'm going back to Dallas. That'd be the
If
craziest thing
Luka
ever.
went back to Dallas,
He'd be the ultimate
Nico
ride or die,
Harrison
and Nico Harrison would,
will get a billion apologies.
he didn't just make a deal with the
Statue to
devil. He sucked them off. You know what I mean? That's yeah.
Make him the mayor. Do whatever you want. If that happens,
It won't.
until then, he's the most hated man in that state, and that says a lot because Jerry Jones exists.
Imagine there's a like, what if, and the counterpoint to this was, what if Nico Harrison finds a way to trade for, he sends Cooper Flag to the Lakers for LeBron.
I know it's
That
happening.
won't happen.
I'm just saying.
I should say it won't because of what they've already done, but you know.
It's definitely happening.
Could you imagine?
There's no way it's not.
But it's
so
funny
funny.
because I'm sorry. I know I've completely derailed your hater segment here, but it made me think. And I was just walking past the TV yesterday. My dad was watching TV, and it's the first time I've heard the Flex Seal commercial in probably like 6 years, and it just made me think. And I'm sitting there
Did that guy
going,
just die or something? Or
No.
quit?
No. He's still flexing.
No, I
He's-
think he definitely departed from Flex Seal or something like that. He left the company.
Well,
or
we're gonna have
something.
to go. Well, anyway, while Adam pulls that up, it just made me think about how Nico Harrison essentially sawed the boat in half. Right? He got rid of Luka, and he has the opportunity to put the Flex Seal back on the boat now that he's got Cooper Flag. I mean, if they do good,
not doing
coincidentally,
good.
Yeah, but
coincidentally, he
Kyrie's
looks
going to
like
be
a
out
genius.
for basically all season.
Day-to-day Davis
But-
is going to be out 40 games
Yeah,
once again.
yeah.
It's a guarantee.
Just call him and Kyrie
don't
both out
give
for
me
half
that
the season.
nonsense. He was healthy 2 years ago. Because
Yeah.
tell me when he was healthy the previous 5 years.
Yeah.
That was the exception.
what a mustache.
Phil
So-
Swift. Yeah, that video right there from Instagram. I'm sorry, everyone, but I have some bad news.
Oh no.
Yeah, he
That's
he
so
left.
sad.
He left. Ultimate. Really, really bad news.
I can't hear it.
That's genuinely some good acting.
No way it's acting.
Really sad news.
Horrible news.
Horrible nose.
I have decided that I'm no longer going to be working at the Flex Seal.
Boom! He done cutting boats in half. R.I.P.
You know, I've
Heads
had
up.
a lot of good
5
years,
big booms.
14 to be exact, and you know, the company has always treated me good. But now it's time to move on.
He's going to move on to greener pastures that he can cut in half and restore with Flex Seal.
Hey,
So, but the point remains.
sure.
It's a
But
good- yeah.
let's give it up for Phil Swift. Huh?
Phil Swift, yes. Amen.
Thank you, Phil. Thank
Love
you,
that
Phil.
man. Love that man. So continue with haters, or if you're
Yeah.
done, I've got some honorable mentions for haters.
Yeah.
But we can continue on the Dodgers train or any other hating train you would like.
I think that's about it.
Think that's through?
All right. Well, good.
Yeah, so-
I mean, that was out of the park. So I
If
mean,
we've got time for honorable mentions,
well, hey,
though,
this
honorable
lineup
hates.
can have 2 DHs in it, as far as I'm concerned. Let's give it up for the designated hater,
Amen.
number 2.
Amen. So the mine is going to be very brief here. I've got like
Oh, okay.
5 or 6, but
He's bunting on this one.
I'm going to go through it. Preemptive hate for the NFL if Jordan Addison doesn't get suspended 3 games.
Okay, that
he
was a
should
cheap
be.
shot.
It
That's
is a cheap shot, but nonetheless,
Okay.
the guy's a drunk. He was passed out behind the wheel in L.A. He's an absolute. He's got a drinking problem. He shouldn't be behind the wheel.
I think-
arrested for DUI is a minimum 3-game fine or
Wait,
3-game
wait, wait, wait,
I
suspension.
just want to say, Deflategate was 4 games, and you're gonna tell me a guy
Yeah.
drinking and driving
Yeah.
is worth less than
Yeah.
that? I don't care how many allegations they had.
The best part
that
about it-
dude could have killed
Yeah,
somebody.
the best part about it too is like I think because it happened in California, I think instead of calling it a DUI over there, they call it a wet assault or something like that, a wet offense.
Oh my, that's such a California thing.
Well, he was passed out behind the wheel of a Rolls Royce,
I'm blaming
blocking
LA for this.
a traffic lane or something like that. But I love that. I love how that is framed. It's not a DUI; it's a wet offense or something like
Get
that,
it
or a
together,
wet.
LA. Get it together.
I love that. Point being, preemptive hate for the NFL if he does not get banned for the first 3 games of the
Cry me a
season.
river.
I'm going to. He, was crying.
We all make mistakes,
booze
all right?
tears then. I'm just gonna go Shohei in general.
All right.
He's just that good. I hate it because nobody else can win MVP
He
in
shouldn't
the
be in the
NL.
league.
He shouldn't be in the league. He
Your
also should be
interpreter
suspended.
was the fall guy.
No chance he wasn't putting money on those games. You see him playing with that baseball in the dugout, throwing it. That man absolutely should be indefinitely suspended from the MLB. I want another investigation launched.
100%.
Any other team but the Dodgers, Shohei's out of the league. I'm sorry.
Yankees might be the only
Maybe
other
the
one.
only other one. Those two teams aside, though, he is not playing
He's
right
cooked.
now. He's gone. He's back to Japan. So just Shohei in general on that one.
Ready to learn Chinese, buddy.
I'm also going to go there.
Japanese.
The Cubs front office deserves some hate. Utter incompetency not signing Kyle Tucker thus far. He absolutely should be re-signed by now, but he's not. I hate that so much. And also, I'm going to say it. I don't know if they're trading for anybody before, July 31st, which is the deadline?
I hate saying this. Kyle Tucker's walking.
That's my point. You had your opportunity.
Ricketts is so cheap.
That's
It's
my
insane.
point. So I hate that front office. I just have to say it. I'm going to throw out The View as well. Just horrible takes on everything. Okay,
That's
including
valid.
Including about the talk show?
Yeah, The View, including their takes on Shane Gillis's SB, speeches and all that stuff like
He's
that.
right.
I need to see
Just,
this.
dude, it is just some all-time bad shit. Like, they just don't know what they're talking about. They're saying, read the room. Like, I just didn't think he was
quote
that
something
funny.
so
it's
bad
like,
from
none of
it,
these
but I'm
guys,
not going to.
Go ahead. Oh, wow.
Certified non-ball knowers, certified non-joke getters.
Well, they're
cancel
clearly-
the show now.
They're clearly not ball knowers. They don't know any WNBA players.
They don't know nothing. Yeah,
That's
the best
best joke of the
ever.
night.
Best joke
by
of the
far.
night.
That was so funny.
But it's like, read the room. The room was laughing. And it's
Yeah.
like, if they were getting offended, that's kind of the point of
They weren't
comedy
laughing
there.
as hard as they should have been. Though.
100%.
No.
But they have to be because you know how it goes nowadays, the whole cancel call.
Yeah.
Point being is they need to be canceled. The View, I'm hating them. I'm also going to hate on U.S. soccer. They're just bad, and they lost a couple of weeks back or a
Defund
month
them.
ago.
Hold on.
Defund them. Defund
Wait,
them.
bro. Listen. That team had no professional
Yeah.
soccer players on it. That was your argument last week about having non-professional athletes in the Olympics. I mean,
Okay.
for a second place finish, hats off to them.
No. We are America. We should be winning everything. I don't care.
Hear me out. I've had this debate with somebody before. If we took some of the guys in like the NBA, MLB and whatnot, if they trained for soccer, do you think we'd be a lot better?
Yes,
I mean, like,
100%.
Like, could you imagine LeBron
100%.
and soccer?
But
No, I can't.
again,
Come on.
We're America. We are number one in every other sport. Even hockey. I'm gonna throw it in there. We're number one in hockey. Yes, we're still number one. I don't count the four nations. That
I mean, Canada's the
exhibition.
51st state, of course.
It might as well be. They all play in the NHL. But point being is U.S. soccer needs to step their goddamn shit up. I've had enough of it. We need to be number one in FIFA. We're hosting it. We're hosting the World Cup next year, and what's going to happen? We're going to go out in the first round.
We're not getting out of the group stage.
That's my point. This is just embarrassing. We are a nation divided when it comes to soccer. We need to be united on that front, and we need to start. Doing what China does and indoctrinating our youth as early as 4 years old. Get a ball, you start kicking into a net. I'm just saying, America needs to be number one. And my last hate of the day here is the sky. More accurately, the ground. Not the basketball team, the sky, just the literal sky. But again, more accurately, the ground for offing Felix Baumgartner. He's the guy that skydived from outer space. True hero, a pioneer, kind of a nuts take, but yeah, he just died like the other day from a paragliding accident.
Oh, the ground took one.
Yeah, I mean, you could guess. Yeah, listen. You could. If I just said this guy that skydived from outer space died.
Whoa.
That is not where I thought we were going.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Hey, speaking of outer space, huh? What about that astronomer?
Oh yeah. Well, that's not. That's we're getting there. We're getting there. We'll get there. But point
yesterday.
Yeah, it's pretty fresh news. I saw that and I'm like, R.I.P. to a real one. You died from space. You should be, you should be a legend. He is a legend. But if I were to ask you how the guy who jumped from outer space, skydived from outer space, how he died, you would probably get it right within the first three guesses. Some sort of skydiving, paragliding, whatever. He jumped from a high surface, hit the ground very hard. So the sky I'm hating on. Again, more importantly, probably the ground, but nonetheless, it's one of the same. A lot of cough drops over
A
there.
lot. A lot, guys.
I think
I
we hit the
promise
over.
that will get better.
So during our first break, Nick and I looked at each other and we said, "What's the over under here?" They're starting to pile up.
6.5.
We
may
said
have
six
been
and a
a
half.
short line. We're at 7 already. God damn.
That's an early
I'm
cash.
struggling.
That's okay.
I'm
That's an early cash.
struggling.
We're not. We're rolling in.
All right, permission to add one more hate. Bronchitis.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Fuck the bronchitis.
Thank you.
Nobody has time for bronchitis.
Ain't nobody got
killing me.
time for that. Oh. So yeah, those are my quick hates of the week here. Wide, dispersion, but all those things, hate them.
Sure. No, absolutely. And I get this is only episode 2, so we're gonna have a lot of bits, a lot of segments coming up. One of them, and I know we're gonna be rolling with it, doing a lot of workshops with it. But whether it's a worst something, worst play, worst thing, in terms of first half of baseball, I kind of want to gear towards one of us, right? We're the Ballboys, after all. Let's give one of the worst pucking plays for the Mets ball boy.
You pucked up.
Well, it wasn't pucking good. That's all I got to say. And let's take a look at this.
Yeah, I remember watching this.
Yeah, so it's a rule foul ball, right? It's a little grounder, and this guy says, "You know what? I want a shot at it." So he's going. I got it.
It's his moment.
Oh wait, what happened?
It's his moment.
Okay, so he's going for it. He's going for it. I got it. What are you doing? Oh, that's just the video.
Yeah.
It's like, wait a minute.
It's your video that you provided to me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Some technical
Nice
difficulties.
video.
Wow, what an
Do we
intro
need to
for us.
verbally-
No, it's okay. We'll cut it out. So he's going for it. He's going. He's got it.
Cut away real quick there. We got it here. This has got to be the right
He's
one.
got it. He's got it. And
Miss fall.
we're going to blacklist this company, this YouTube channel, for if we see any other videos, because this is my fault.
Pucking
But
worst video.
This is my worst pucking job I've done
I would
so
say
far.
that's a worst pucking play right there. Is giving us this link here.
That's a bad link.
To
Yeah,
describe
Strike Zone
it for those of
Studios,
you guys
you're
just
done.
listening here, guy, ball boy, beautiful. I mean,
Yeah.
it's his initial. This is his moment. He's trained all season for this moment here. He's got a routine grounder up the right field line, dribbling into play, and he's going to make a play on this. He's scooping it up, and he misses once, and he misses twice, and he stumbles and fumbles, and in the words of Chris Berman, stumbling, rumbling, fumbling, bumbling, fumbling.
Yeah.
And trips over and falls.
I'm emailing Adam a picture real quick because I've got to give another shout out to a former ball bat boy, and I will just never not forget about this guy. So
I love that.
Let me go ahead.
I love that.
Let me get this over to him real quick. I'm gonna copy it and we'll pull it up. But go ahead if you guys have any other takes real quick.
I was
I'm
going
derping
to say,
around.
and again, it's going to take us off of it a little bit, but I would argue the worst pucking play of the month just happened this past week, where CEO of some fake startup company, I have no idea what the hell Astronomer is or what it does or who
Or
it
what
is
Apache Airspace
how,
is,
yeah, or how they're getting their money, but somehow this billionaire CEO is caught at a Coldplay concert having an affair with his head of HR. That is
Unbelievable.
And you would
just
think,
a horrible play. And also just the reaction time on the both of them, awful.
terrible,
Awful.
Here's my hot take on it: if you're a billionaire and you're having an affair, why are you not in a private suite? Right? Why are you
Seriously.
that out? in
That's
the
a good
open?
point. That's a good point. Although they look like they're in great seats right now. They're having a tremendous time.
And up to that moment, they must have been having a great time.
It looks like they were having more than a great time. They were having
It was a special
It
moment.
was a special moment. That's something they're going to remember for, well, ever, because it's on the internet now,
yes.
and they will never
Nope.
leave them. I saw
boy.
something where this guy's wife removed his last name from all of her social media, where it was like she was such and such Byron or whatever his last name is, and now she's just such and such without his last name on it.
that is
Oh,
Unbelievable.
wow! What a jump, though.
Unbelievable. Okay, so he's not a billionaire, but the point is, this guy could buy a WNBA franchise with the money he's got.
He can buy all of them 5 times over.
I'm still standing on that.
Again, just horrible reaction
He's
time.
not standing on that. Though.
Immediately.
He's trying to
yeah.
get as far away from it as possible.
Yeah. Now, my take on this is that is a golden ticket for anybody that works for this fake startup company, Astronomer. What can you say as the boss to me? Well, yeah. I was drunk on the job. At least I wasn't banging the head of HR having an affair.
That's quite a quid pro quo. All right.
You know what I mean?
But,
Unbelievable.
Jeez.
So that's
You know,
my nominee for worst
I love it.
puck
I
and
love
play
it.
here. Again,
You know.
I think it's worst puck and
Could be
play of the
worse.
month.
Could be worse fucking play.
Sure. Without question, man. Without question. And who knows? We
Look at
may
how happy they are. And can I just also point out,
Sure.
Adam, if you could pull up his apology note. One of the all-time greatest things I've ever seen.
Oh, I didn't know you.
The last note of his apology, he goes on forever saying, this is not who I am. Well, it's clearly who you are, but we'll go on from there. It's not who I am. It's not who I want to be. Your standard basic bullshit.
Yeah, of course.
But the last line in it was so perfect. He says, as a friend once said, lights will guide you home, and I will fix you. He fucking quotes the song that he's having an affair to.
Oh, wow.
No.
It is the
No.
greatest thing I've ever
Stop
seen,
it.
dude. Oh my god. Yeah, if you can like open that up, that is just perfect. Oh my god.
Okay.
We'll see. I know.
Well, that's okay.
Is this
Well,
the website you found it?
If you just go to
that's all right.
images, maybe it'll pop up. But
Well,
at
that's
any
all
rate,
right. Well, he finds this. I know we're kind of getting to our probably maybe last break if we're going to do another break. You know what? We're going to do another break. Go ahead.
we're going to OT.
As fast as you can, Adam. I need your email, and I need to see our honorable mention for maybe greatest bat ball boy of all time. All right.
Oh, did you send it to
Quick.
me?
Yes, I did. Rapid fire.
We are going to miss it.
What the hell is this?
But
Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up.
Oh yes.
Click it, make it full screen, whatever you got to do. Oh, that's a small picture. I'm sorry. Well, let's give it up for Fabian.
Fabian.
Out of 74 chances.
What lovely statistics.
Sure.
What
Well,
lovely
elite.
statistics.
Well,
Rockies.
perfect.
I'm telling you, call them up.
Well, I'm glad.
Honestly.
We're letting Fabian take us to this break real quick, so stay tuned. We got more coming.
Oh, love that.
All right, we're in the home stretch here. We're in the home stretch. Oh boy. Okay, so we left off looking for that apology letter, and I think we got it. We're pulling it up here.
I need this to be like public knowledge. He goes on for a while. You can skip through most of this, but you deserve better from me. I'll get some highlights here. You deserve better from me as a partner, as a father. Apologizing to his wife, his family, all that. It's not who he is, not who he wants to be. He didn't ask for this privacy, he asked for privacy. He didn't ask for all the attention. I love this. He turns it around on the public, by the way, in the third or fourth paragraph here. I also want to express how troubling it is that what should have been a private moment became public without my consent.
Way to,
well,
way to victim blame, huh?
You kind of forfeited that by
and then it gets
cheating
better.
on your wife.
Exactly. It gets better, too, because he's like, I respect artists and entertainers and all this stuff like that, but I basically turning it on to, I forgot the guy's name from Coldplay, the lead singer, but turning it on him to say, like, oh, you don't need to film the crowd. Like, I respect your decisions as entertainers and artists, but we need to think more deeply about impacting people's lives. And then ends it with, as a friend once sang, lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you. The song that was playing when you were caught having an affair. I can't get over the irony of this apology.
It's crazy.
Oh,
The private moment thing is just wild,
right?
man.
If I were to ask
that's
you,
what gets me.
if I were to ask you, like, what is the net worth of this person that wrote this apology, it would be in the millions.
I am curious,
Right?
though. Like,
For sure.
this could just be him being, much smarter than I am. But if you go back down real quick,
But he's not smarter than you.
well,
he
hold
took
on.
his head of HR to
I
Coldplay
just-
concert.
what is the last word here before his quote here? So turning someone else's life into a spectacle. Period. What's the FI here? Is that just a
I think
spelling
it's just
error?
a typo.
Okay,
I think it's
well.
just a typo. He's also got other typos throughout with like the comma spacing and all that stuff.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
just
Like, do you
think
think he did this, or did you think he just typed it into ChatGPT and said, "Please make me a little apology," and then he put the last?
Oh, that
word?
would be
ChatGPT
even better.
Would have
Yeah.
caught the
Yeah.
typo though.
But that would be even better if he put it into ChatGPT. Real apologetic.
Signed Andy.
Yeah. Signed to Andy, yeah. I just love this. Sorry to my family for ruining everything we had going for us.
Whoops.
But
it's Coldplay's fault.
yeah, but it's Coldplay's fault. And also, here's my song. Lights will guide you home. Okay, dude, just nuts. Just nuts, dude. Oh my gosh.
Crazy, man.
Oh no! Oh no! Did I get duped? Did I get MLB on facts?
I had it
Looks
coming.
like that's just what they're claiming.
Oh no!
That's what a strong.
Did we get NBA Sentold?
Oh, I got sent
No,
dude.
we got Sentold.
No. Oh, I'm on the hot seat. now.
This might happen every episode. I got it last week with Nico Horner.
Yep.
So
Yep.
you're next, Nate.
Yep, you're up.
Technically, you did the Ranger Suarez thing too,
Yeah,
since we called out.
I know, and you
It's
were.
Robert Suarez. So
And we were gonna
since
fix
it
it.
came out, we're not gonna
We
fix
were
it.
gonna, we were
now.
gonna just skip right over that one. We were just gonna overdub that. Don't worry about
Oh
that.
my!
That is so disappointing. You had to ruin my fun.
I'm sorry.
That's
Well,
fine. That's
you know,
what you're there for.
But no,
I
but this is
respect
good.
the integrity.
This gives me some ideas here.
I
Did
would say the New York Post.
we got apologies from Shohei and his interpreter, right, for the whole gambling shtick, right?
Allegedly.
That's allegedly.
Fake.
Yeah,
Fake. I'm
just
calling
saying.
fake.
I'm just saying. I mean, this makes you think. You know, how many apologies have we gotten?
Hey man,
And,
it duped me.
it duped you. The spelling errors, comments duped
Yeah.
you. It would have duped me too. I mean,
You know,
that-
if he never mentioned the spelling errors, there's no
never
chance he
caught
would
the
have
spelling
dug.
error.
I know
No.
he wouldn't
Yeah,
have dug
no.
into it any
I'm sorry.
further.
I'm
You
sorry.
just had to mention that.
I would have gotten away with it
Yeah,
too.
I
It
would've
wasn't for
done
you
it.
and your meddling bull.
Too good to be
Darn
true.
it. Darn it. Darn it.
Dang nabbit.
Dang
I don't know.
Get me mail it.
I don't know. That was back in April.
Yeah.
Of last year.
Yeah, no, because that was last year, right? So
But he wasn't funny with it. He didn't quote Coldplay.
give him a chance.
Wasn't quoting anything in
Yeah.
English, to be
Yeah.
fair.
Maybe he had some K-pop in there. I don't know what they listen to over there in Japan.
Gangnam Style. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Different country, but I think it might be similar cultures.
But I mean, we got. I guess just our little, round table while we still have it, right? Do you think it was really the interpreter?
no.
Absolutely
We
not.
did touch on this earlier. There's no chance it was him.
No shot. If he was a Pittsburgh Pirate, Otani is
Doesn't
out
Any
in
other team.
5 seconds.
Yankees, Dodgers, and the only two teams that he could have gotten away
Now,
with doing that.
I know this is such a rash comparison, but when I think of it, I think of the whole Michael Vick situation because it was his friend's dog ring, wasn't it? Now, don't get me
Ooh.
wrong. Michael knew about it. So,
That's a little worse.
like I said, no, trust me, I know it's worse. That's what I'm saying. It's rash, right? It is. It is out there.
You're
It
really
is a hot
stretching on
one.
this one, but
That's
go
fine.
on.
Mr. Fantastic
I'll
over
let
here.
him cook.
But that's
I'll
what
let
I'm
him
saying.
cook.
Please.
Michael Vick got cut and jail time for knowing about it. So
Michael Vick also did, after, got out, did, have a lot of apologies. I was in the wrong.
Sure.
If you
I'm not
openly,
saying-
I'm just saying, I'm not saying it was his dogs, but he was certainly complicit in some dogs
He was
getting killed
admitting to-
yeah, but
yeah.
versus
does that
sports
show,
betting.
Does that show his character versus Shohei's? I don't know.
Maybe more so than Shohei's, I'm going to say.
Like I said,
Your friends are fighting dogs and you're complicit with it. I don't know, dude. That's not.
on your property.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a classic case of Michael Vick just
This is just a big
did a
misunderstanding.
really bad thing.
Yeah,
Couldn't
I
outrun
think
that
so
one.
Too, yeah. I would say that would be the more likely outcome. What's next?
What are you gonna do?
What's next?
What's next?
OJ's innocent?
Well, he was.
That's the second time we brought up OJ.
I
You
know,
mean
I
wait,
keep
no?
doing it.
You mean the Hall of Fame running back, OJ?
You're
Simpson.
right. Reinstate
Bill's
him.
legend.
Yes.
Yes.
OJ Simpson.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh. Nobody has ever run for more yards per game in a season. It's the truth.
That is still a record.
It is. It is.
Yeah, it's a shame.
What could have been?
It's just a shame that they
What was?
they take Reggie's Heisman away for the hose situation.
It's
and
back
everything
now,
else. Well,
though.
but yeah, it's
It's back
reinstated.
now.
But still, they never even took away OJ
I
or
know.
gave it back.
Well,
Yeah.
somebody
but
did,
That
though.
would. That would.
Well, they did take away his Heisman.
Yeah, somebody did take his Heisman.
But then he tried.
And then he tried to take it
forcefully-
back.
Yeah.
And then
But he got caught doing that.
Yeah, and his sentence was pretty extreme, but it probably should have been worse
But
because they were making up for
yes.
some lost time.
That's exactly what they did. That's exactly what they
Hello, Twitter world.
did. And just wait
I
because
didn't do it, but
now here's can you
but if I
imagine?
did.
Now this is not sports related whatsoever, right?
We're
But-
talking
but-
OJ. This is very sports. This is
No,
all sports.
no,
entirely
where I'm about to go because
Yeah.
sure, let's compare OJ to maybe someone else whose big name was in the news circulation for being a criminal. Can you imagine? No,
Hernandez.
can you imagine if P Diddy gets his boys to go and get all of that baby oil back, and then they turn around and say, now here's your 30 years. Now here's your 30 years.
I'm so bad about that.
I think everybody is.
LeBron,
He
especially
did it.
because LeBron said, "Ain't no party like a Diddy party."
He did it.
I'm so ticked. I was finally getting ready. It's like, LeBron, your time's coming. You're cooked.
Well,
No.
yeah. Well, how many New York professional sports athletes do you think were involved in that too? With him being such a New York based.
Not Karl Anthony Towns, that's for sure.
Well, that
I think he
no.
might be the
Yeah,
only one that's
yeah,
involved in
yeah.
other stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah, butt stuff. But yeah.
But everybody, I'm just saying when you're in a playoff game, when you're in a playoff game doing this, I think he legitimately was not at a party.
This is true. This is very true. I will
Everybody
also
else
say,
though, yes, 100%. Jeter, A-Rod,
oh yeah, they went to those
1,000,000%.
white parties for
For
sure.
sure.
Dude, Jeter just screams white party at a Diddy house. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
Dude, there's no way he wasn't. That man was like the person that he introduced when Diddy was like bringing
Absolutely.
people in. Hey, I want you to meet somebody. It's Derek Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
Shortstop for
Cat,
the New York
Cat, get over
Yankees.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Yeah, no, that man should be serving the rest of his life in prison. The picture of him, I know we talked about it off air last week, but like the picture of him kneeling under his chair or under his table in court, they did like the rendering or whatever
That's
of
crazy.
it.
That was
Yeah.
crazy.
It was just an all-time like. I wasn't there, but that's guilty. I'm sorry. I mean, get it, traumatic, all stuff like that, but that's just like you don't go underneath the table if you're not having Diddy parties. Like you're definitely doing something.
What's the bigger
Yeah.
fumble, the OJ or the Diddy?
Oh man,
Who
That's
botched
a
it
good
you're
one.
worse?
saying which is like
Now-
which
Who
should our legal
botched it
system
worse?
fumble
Now,
worse?
well, now here's the thing, though, is
good point.
I think the legal team in the Diddy situation did their job. All of the So
did OJ's.
no, but the
Now
True.
did he pull some strings?
There was some
to
good
get there,
lawyering.
but-
There was some good lawyering
but
in both of those cases.
so did OJ's.
well, but like they weren't saying like because the whole glove situation, right? Like there wasn't like a condom situation where they're like, Diddy, prove it.
We don't
Prove
know
it.
that though.
But yeah, we weren't
The
there.
difference
But-
is
Say it, dude.
whether or not the rubber fit.
You must acquit. You
No,
must acquit.
whether or not it fit. Diddy wasn't on TV. OJ was actually the first like court case that was publicly. Sorry.
No, I just-
That is crazy. That is killing me. This is wow.
But
yes.
my point in all this,
There we go.
my point in all this is that OJ's got sensationalized because it was. I think this is like a fun fact. Is like it was like the first trial that was on TV. Like that was where court
yeah.
TV started.
Yeah.
Was the OJ trial, and it was sensationalized and all that stuff like that. But we actually got to witness like their different defenses, all the stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would have loved to have a court camera in the Diddy case, but they weren't allowing it or whatever. I don't know what their defense was. I would love to have like seen like try on this Magnum condom, see if it fits. But you know what I mean? They didn't air it, so we don't
The
know that
problem
that
is
didn't
they
happen.
didn't really even need to do that because all of the evidence that they already had stacked up against him about
Apparently
all of the
not.
stories, all
Apparently
of
not.
their
Apparently not.
But but here's and this is kind of where I was going because you brought up the whole
Hearsay.
the camera. OJ versus the People, phenomenal.
Great.
That
One
was
season.
That was a phenomenal one.
Do they give Diddy one of those? Season 4?
How
whatever it
do
is?
they? I mean, they're definitely doing a documentary about it. Everything's
think
a
they
documentary now.
Yeah.
I mean, they got that like Karen Reed girl. It's like she's got like a 4-part series on HBO and Netflix or whatever before a trial's even done. Now she's innocent. Yeah, it may not be, but point being is the legal system says she's innocent, and there's some controversy there. It was all broadcast on TV, and so was OJ's. We know the facts of those cases very well. We have to rely on reports for Diddy. A lot of reports. A lot of oily reports.
Pallets.
Some reports deleted.
Upon pallets.
Some reports deleted themselves. We'll never see those reports. We just should forget about it. Move on.
Yeah.
What list?
Never happened.
Never happened. As a country, we need to move on right now.
Nope.
Forget this ever happened.
Nope. And don't even think about having another after party.
You already know he is. 100%.
He probably had a get out of jail party.
I'm just going to tie it in here. How long before Diddy buys Epstein Island?
But
That's the next
this is
logical
kind
step
of
in
where
this,
I was
no?
tying
30
it
to
into.
60 days.
Where I know me joking about him going to get the baby oil back, but like this is the trend is going to continue to trend, right?
Dude, I'm just
it's
saying.
it only moves forward.
That's what I'm saying.
So-
he's like, I almost didn't get away with it, but I did. I need to hide the evidence
Gosh,
better.
darn it. And I hate.
What better than an island?
Well, don't let LeBron go. Clearly, come
Well,
on, man.
dude, know?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Oh, here we go. With plans to create a resort.
Oh God!
That's gonna
What
be a
kind of
haunted
resort? What kind of resort? Didn't Epstein have a sort of
know,
resort
he
there?
definitely had a resort.
I need to
Not when I
backpedal.
would go to, but he
Let's-
definitely
yeah,
had a
you know-
resort.
Gosh darn it! We're gonna backpedal while he looks at that. I said the word trend, and we were talking about trending into the second half of the MLB season. Nate wanted to hit the draft a little bit, and you wanted to hit some
Yes.
trades. So
Okay, let's take it off the subject.
Okay.
of-
Let's
That's
regroup.
good. That was
Let's
a
regroup.
pretty
Deep
lengthy conversation that hopefully we avoid down the road. But yes.
Sorry.
So on a lighter, more relevant note, just covering just kind of the top 4 or 5 picks of the draft.
Yes.
And a lot of shockers from my understanding. Well, first of all, nobody showed up for the first round. None of the guys showed up.
Nobody watched either.
So nobody watched,
So,
but
fitting.
they're apparently making a big deal that nobody went to the
Damn.
draft.
Where
to
was
get
the
drafted.
draft?
I don't know, but none of the players showed up.
I will say
So-
that bothered me. So you had to only watch live. So like if it's the NFL draft, if it's the NBA, and I would almost argue NHL. If you're on the ESPN app and you go, oh, the draft's on. I can't get to watch it. I'm at work. I'm XYZ. Let me just pull it up. Let me watch the live feed. There was no live feed for the
shit.
draft.
No
So
way.
if you wanted to find it, you have to actually watch it live. So that was my gripe about it. But yeah, I mean, listen. By no means do I know any of the prospects. Do I know
Nope.
all 40 rounds? But I
do
will
not
say
know nothing.
my shocker went to these bad boys right here. He should have been the first overall pick, in my
Right.
opinion. Cade Anderson.
Cade Anderson felt the 3rd overall. He was considered to be the consensus number 1 overall pick. He should have gone number 1. He was an LSU pitcher, and to me, I see
Yeah.
LSU. That's what I want to go with
That's
right
a
now.
great- yeah.
So,
They
but
produced some great pitchers.
instead, the Nationals went with Eli Willits, who was 17 years old. Apparently has questionable power. He's more of a contact kind of guy, and it plays good defense. He was projected to go 3rd, so it's not as big of a reach as the next pick. But with Cade and Ethan Holiday on the table, probably should have gone with one of those two guys.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, again, like I don't the prospect thing is all new to me. Like I joked about it earlier about the Bowman cards. If their name's on there, if the autograph's there, I'm going for it. But I look at the other Holiday who got drafted a few years ago. Is the concern about him having
Underwhelming so far.
Sure,
To be fair,
but that's what I'm saying.
young.
Do you think
Yeah,
that had
I
a
know.
trend into why Holiday wasn't a top 2 pick?
Possibly, yeah. I don't know.
I mean,
now we talked about it briefly earlier, but like the whole MLB stats department, the drafting, all that stuff like that is just way over my head. Like I feel like they just bring way too many analytics into it. Like the whole Moneyball era, where it's like, all right, well, this guy does this guy gets on base,
gets on base.
Yeah, he gets on base. If I point at you again, you're done. But at any rate, I don't know if that's the
I don't think
exact
that's what you
quote.
said.
Whatever, you get my point. You know,
I
the
point
scene.
at you say it.
My point is that it is like I feel like the stats departments in baseball have like overcooked what it means to be good, and it's like, do they pass the eyeball test or not? And I asked the question earlier. I don't know if it was on air or not, but like, what is this the hit rate on like number 1 through 3 picks in the MLB draft over the last 10 years?
To be fair, not significant.
Yeah.
It's
You got a
you're usually-
handful here, but like I feel like you should have some standouts like an NBA or NFL,
But I think that's the
Yeah,
beauty.
you have to really go back to like Bryce Harper.
Yeah.
Sure, and that's kind of the beauty of the MLB.
Paul
though, in
Skeens was
having
like 1 though, right? Or 2.
1-1.
Paul Skeens was one.
Yeah. I'll give him that one. So far, it's looking like he's the real deal. But like outside of that, yeah.
I would almost like to see if the NFL or heck, maybe even the NBA would almost do what the MLB does with the farm system and have 5 minor league affiliates and let people go up and down, because that's where a lot of these players are developing. is through these other coaches, through playing against somewhat professional, semi-professional ballparks.
The question is the amount of talent.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
NBA, you know, rosters are smaller because there's a lot less guys that are good enough to make
Baseball
it
has
into
a
these systems.
big system,
and
yeah.
of course, granted, you're going to have a ton of guys that stick to single A for 10 years that are
The other thing that I
35
have,
years old. But
100%. The other reason why I think, and this is just my tinfoil hat conspiracy thing, but like I think the NFL also keeps it minimal because they can monetize the draft more than any other league.
Of course.
100%.
And it's like, you know, why expand to all these feeder systems? And I know they already do 7 rounds in the NFL, so it's like nobody's watching the 6th, 7th, 5th rounds, all that stuff like that.
Well, sure.
But I do think that there's so much like eyeballs and viewership on the rounds 1, rounds 2, and maybe even a little bit of rounds 3 in like the National Football League that it's like you almost can't have like the giant system that like the MLB has where it's like, all right, now it just waters it down too much. But that's just my, again, tinfoil hat. They just want money. So get everybody up to the show as quickly as possible.
So
you know what I mean?
I completely agree with what you're saying, and I think the point that I would try to like put a little butter on would be the fact that you don't have to give them multiple. Just the NFL average practice squad is 16 to 17 players.
Yeah.
Let it be 52. You know, let
that's
these
true.
players
That's
aren't
true.
doing anything get those reps because they could be signed by any team.
Yeah. But like the other thing too is like the damage that you take in NFL too, which is
True.
I understand that where it's like you do have to kind of limit that in terms of like, you know, you get 53 man rosters or whatever, right? We got, you know, you're going up against 20 other guys throughout the day. How many reps less or more or whatever it is, but it's like keep those guys in the back burner healthy. You know what I mean? And then bring them in when it's
Very fair.
somebody gets
And
injured.
to that point, though, if the practice squad does become a 52-man roster, some of those players who, you know, your
They're
big
gonna
stars,
rise
Jamar
up.
Chase, your quarterbacks, Justin Jefferson, you name them, they're there. You let them have a rest day for practice and let the practice squad fill in.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
mean,
You're right.
this alleviates a lot of things. I mean, you can call it load management. I wouldn't say that. But, there's a lot of ways to keep these stars healthy. And, I mean, I think that would give other players also an opportunity. I mean,
it's interesting to think about. I do want to spend a little bit more time on the MLB draft, though, because that just happened. And I'm like, this has always been like way over my head. The system they have for grading these players, it's what, 10 through 80 or 0 through 80, whatever. They're
something like that.
Yeah. Why are we going to 80? Why aren't we going to 100? Why can't we grade this like a normal exam? He's an A, he's a B, he's a C.
I like the star system personally.
Yeah,
I agree.
Fair enough. That's a lot easier
Shout
for
out
me to
Artie.
comprehend. But like when I hear, he's got 60 power and 55 speed and all this, it's like, what does that mean? If we're doing Madden or NFL or whatever, the show sliders, I want 100 speed. I want 100 power. It's like, but 80 is as good as you get. I just never understood that. And there's got to be some sort of reason behind it. There's an MLB savant down there that can tell me, but I don't know what it is.
I couldn't explain that one. That's for sure.
All right, well then I'm not alone, and I feel very vindicated in my point.
I wish I could help you on that, but it's a bad system.
It is,
at least for the average viewer that just doesn't really know what's going on. So I'm sure they got their system for a reason. And maybe it's because MLB's just full of old heads. So it's like, oh man, if you change it to the 0 and 100 system, you're just ruining baseball. It's just like you're just trading the grading system to make more sense. But
I couldn't agree more. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. It could be a traditionalist thing.
Like I said, there's got to be some sort of backstory or like reasoning behind it. But like, I don't know. Then again, there's those old baseball has the best history. Let's just be honest here. I was gonna say like there's got to be a story rooted from World War One. Like we had to give the other 20 points to the war efforts or something like that. So now it's an 80 grading system or something.
Sure,
I'm just saying it's dumb, but like. Back then, you hear about this guy was struck by lightning on the mound and left the game for one inning and then came back in and pitched a complete game no hitter. It's like
guy throwing a no hitter on acid.
Yes,
shout out to Doc Ellis.
I was about to say
Doc Ellis, legend,
what a man.
Absolute legend, dude. How about that one guy where it was like he was. I'm just gonna say it. He was definitely on the spectrum. That's a great thing, but he would chase fire trucks in the middle of games.
Are you talking about Zach Greinke?
Zach Greinke is definitely on the spectrum.
Yes.
I don't know.
No, but there was like legitimately a world class pitcher back in like the early 1900s or late 80s, where it was like he would routinely leave games to go like chase fire trucks in the middle of a game or something like that. It's like
Watching trains.
yeah, it's like dude, like baseball has the best stories of players like that. I absolutely
Well, you
love
just
it.
can't drink. You couldn't
Yes.
drink in other sports.
Yeah, sure.
Besides
Yes.
maybe hockey was the other one. Hockey
Yeah.
but that was more cokeheads.
Right.
Yeah, true.
NBA and NFL, you couldn't really get away with that. But MLB, like you
MLB
had
was- yeah,
a guy named
anything
Old
went.
Hoss Radborn, that dude would drink unfathomable amount of alcohol, and dude would go all 9 innings.
Yes.
It didn't matter.
It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Like Nolan Ryan's
don't have
stats
that
will
in
never
NFL.
be beaten because they just didn't care about like player safety and health
No.
back then. It's like, yeah, you're just gonna throw 100 games in a season. You're our best pitcher. Yeah, we got to ride you, dude. You're off tomorrow, but you're pitching the next day. You know what I mean? Like that's my favorite part about baseball.
And for all we know, the whole draft grading could just be one of those unwritten rules everyone talks about. That I gotta be honest, I kind of get tired of hearing about. You know, just write it down. Is it that hard? Just, jeez.
They're very traditionalist.
They are.
That's
That's it.
just the thing.
Well, grow up.
There's not another sport that's just like so fixated on traditions.
I know, but they have. Listen, whether it's tradition or not, just the history of baseball, I think, is the best out of any sport. And I know it's America and Americana and all that, but like, I just look at like the names. If you go to any roster from like the 1890s
Oh my
or
God, yeah.
1900s, whatever it is, it's like, oh, we got Screwball Tommy out there. It's like, no, that's his actual name. Like,
One actual name. Might have to censor it. Rusty Cunts. Shout out.
yeah, it's pronounced Coons.
I don't.
Cunts.
I don't
Coons.
know.
It may be-
I actually think it probably is Cunts.
We're not-
Probably.
I don't know, but I mean that's
Yes.
how it's spelled.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
So-
the best.
We're definitely not going to censor that, and it's fun because you bring that up.
a
Nate
name.
and I play a game called Out of the Park Baseball,
Oh,
right?
yes.
And you see those names all the time. So it's just
It's the best.
they're there. They're there.
That's what I'm saying.
Just don't find those names in the NFL or NBA.
They
No,
literally
definitely
had
not.
like people with legitimate names that were just gamer tags back then. I love that,
Yep.
dude. I love this. People walking the earth with that kind of name, like that deserves a lot of respect, man. That deserves a lot of respect, and that's why baseball is like has the best pastime.
I'd love to know the thought process behind baseball. names.
Drugs.
100%.
A lot of drugs back then, I'd
Yeah,
imagine.
it's crazy.
They
Well,
were selling
guess we should-
morphine and Coca-Cola back in the day, like you know what I
guess
mean?
we shouldn't say NFL doesn't have the names.
It's
I mean,
not- but like,
Shaw,
Yeah, this is
Ferguson
true.
exists.
Yeah, that's
Ha-ha,
a,
Clinton did.
yes,
That's
yeah.
true.
I think the
That's
NFL
great.
caught up.
Yeah,
Kool-Aid,
the NFL,
NFL, come on.
yeah.
And NFL caught up.
They
Definitely. And you know, for all we know too, it could just be because of the whole eye test thing, right? They don't care about the ear test. They don't care what your name's going to
True.
sound like. They just want to know if you can hit the ball.
This
Like,
is true. This is true.
It's just
Yeah.
Also, like, how many of those? And I know it was like very segregated back then, but like, how many of those players actually had like, oh, this guy's name is way too hard for us to pronounce. We're just gonna call him Rusty Cunts. You know what I mean? Like, how much?
Plenty.
That's
Because
like,
there's so many guys that have like dick in parentheses,
Yeah.
baby face, whatever.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
It's just
I would love to know, like, is that on your birth certificate or not?
Absolutely not.
Yeah,
Absolutely
exactly.
Well, same-
not.
but same
that's
thing with
what's in the
Sauce
Hall
Gardner,
of Fame.
right?
That's what goes down in the record books, baby.
that's exactly what's going to happen with Sauce Gardner.
Oh,
It's not
Ahmad?
his first name. It's just his
You mean
nickname.
Ahmad? Ahmad Gardner?
Yeah.
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 Well, Sauce does sound better too.
Yeah,
Well-
and he's deserving of it most games. Some games he's just a mod, but a lot of games he sucks.
I think he deserves more
Yeah.
at all times for just being on the Jets alone.
100%.
To be fair,
this is very true.
Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, get on it. If he's having a bad game,
It's Ahmad.
drop the nickname.
Ahmad.
Drop
Yeah,
the nickname.
yeah,
Ahmad.
yeah. Ahmad has led up 2 touchdowns here and 120
Drake May.
all-purpose yards
ready.
on 4
Get ready.
receptions. Yeah,
Drake May's dotting him up. Just saying.
Well,
Just saying.
I'm looking forward.
I'm
I'm
doing
looking
the
forward to
Patriots.
talking about where the NFL's going and everything else. And we've got
yeah.
weeks,
We will get to
but
that eventually.
definitely.
But like, Drake May is not the real deal.
There it is. Russell.
100%.
Coons. It is
It is
Coons.
Coons.
I was right.
Yeah.
I had to imagine.
The second you said it, I was like, crap. I think
doesn't
I've
matter.
I think I've heard someone say
it's
this. Like,
good enough. It's
know.
good enough.
He also
it's
played for the
spelled-
White Sox, huh?
Can we
did.
look up a baseball all-time name list? Like, can we just go like top 10
What if we
best
just hold on?
baseball
Wait.
names?
Before we even do that, what if we just make our own ranking system? Right?
Yeah.
Like let's just maybe that's an episode. One of these upcoming.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I guess
So
we
don't
have
even
to
don't
do
even
that.
worry about it.
Yeah,
Don't
we
even
have to
worry
do
about
that
it.
then.
But I know we're getting kind of close here to our end. Do you want to maybe just hold trades for the next episode, or you?
Let's do trades real quick. I'd love to still do trades. We still got, or we want to test it out here. Or we want to. I'd be fine with going through trades while we're at the halfway mark.
Okay,
We can
sure.
Spice it in real quick. Cubs need a pitcher. Obviously, my team. I'm going to say it. They need a trade for, and I've been joking around saying they should trade for like Chris Sale or somebody like that. Obviously, they're not going to get them, but they really should trade for, and I think that it's on the table. Class A, I would like that. Maybe not. I don't know. I think
I don't think he's on the table.
Really.
I don't think. He's
I don't
on the
think.
table.
I don't think Cleveland's
If
doing
a good
anything,
enough
dude.
offer comes.
That's what I'm
But
saying.
as
I
I'm
don't
saying,
think
what would we
Cleveland's.
give up? I mean, I know the farm system's deep, but
But I don't think Cleveland's
we
having a
brought
good
this
enough
up
season.
before.
Yeah, I don't think
They
Cleveland's having enough
just
season.
recently lost 10 in a row.
But also, well,
Yes.
here's the
That-
thing too.
Makes him a seller.
Listen, I love him. I know the card's over there. I should have put it up over here somewhere. I love Emmanuel Clase, but his playoff performance,
True.
is that
True.
a closer you want
True.
in October?
Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is a
that's true.
former Ranger, so it adds up.
As well.
That's true. I mean, but again, like you trade for them. I know I've heard the name like Merrill Kelly and who's the other Diamondback starter.
Well, that's perfect. I was actually just going to go there because
But-
you and I have talked about Merrill Kelly a few weeks back here, and I saw a report today. Don't know how accurate it is, but there's 3 names that the Diamondbacks are listing open for talking, and it's Suarez, the third baseman.
Not anymore.
I would. Yeah. I
After
don't know.
getting hit in the
Yeah,
hand?
he's got a broken hand.
No one's going for that
Shane
now.
Smith ruined it for the Cubs, of course.
Shane.
White Sox.
But-
But
So, yeah.
back to the trade here again. The Cubs need a pitcher. I said Class A. I'm going to say Merrill Kelly. I'm going to say Zach Gallen primarily. But what is your thought on Jacob DeGrom going from the Rangers to any team for that matter, but specifically the Cubs?
I don't know if
ahead,
they're
Nate.
gonna. I don't know if
Really?
they're gonna trade him.
Really?
I mean, the Rangers are just in a weird spot.
I know.
They're just can't really make up. They just hit 500 today.
I know.
They beat the
Not
Tigers
good
today.
enough.
But
Big win.
I like that.
But
Big win.
they are close enough. The wild card race is vulnerable enough that they
Yeah.
could keep themselves in contention. Their pitching's been phenomenal. They get rid of that.
But what does their farm system look like? Do they want to bolster that? Do they want to plan for the future? Do they want to plan for
No.
a wild run in the playoffs?
Langford and Carter were the big names for sure. I think they still have maybe. I don't remember. I'd have to ask my other buddy who knows more. I think they have one or a couple more guys coming up, but and they're just in the weirdest
Yeah.
spot because I think theoretically this lineup, in theory, it's done it before, is good enough to win.
Oh,
Yeah.
without
And
question.
ironically, I mean, when they won, it was because of the lineup. Their pitching was the problem,
Yeah.
and they were talking about if we fix our pitching,
You're not
we're
entirely
going to be
wrong.
really good.
Yeah, you're not
So now
entirely
that
wrong.
the pitching is great, if they I think they're gonna stay and try to figure out, get Corey Seager to figure it out, get Marcus Semien to figure it out. I don't think they sell DeGrom. I would advise selling DeGrom.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I would say 2023 was a 1-year
Is that
one.
my camera? Probably out of batteries, but that's fine. Yeah,
That's all right.
But yeah,
We
it's
can
just like
continue.
I think they do need to sell him, but I don't think they will.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
that's a fun one because Rangers are still trying to chase that division. One thought that I've had the last days, kind of leading into a week, is the Phillies, right? And I joked about Kyle
Who do
Schwarber
they
earlier.
need?
Well, it's not that they need, right? It's who they could get rid of to gain. And I joked about this. If this might come out before we open some card packs. I made a joke about Nick Castellanos being the worst defensive outfielder, and I think they could absolutely replace him, no problem. And the way they would do this would be one of 5 ways: Aaron Nola, Zach
Okay.
Wheeler, Christopher Sanchez, Ranger Suarez. And number five, I'll just give to the prospect, Bubba Chandler, because where do all these pitchers fit in if they keep giving all this money out?
You're suggesting they trade Zach
No,
Wheeler?
no, I'm just saying the Phillies, no matter what, are going to have a stacked rotation for the years to come. They signed, I don't know, they might not have
Well,
signed
Wheeler,
Suarez, but
it did come out Wheeler's retiring. Once his
Oh,
contract's coming out.
Yeah, I did hear that.
really?
Yeah,
He's
so
retired.
I don't think he's part of. Yeah.
wow,
So
I
they're-
didn't hear that.
They're keeping Wheeler.
Sure. Well,
Nola,
yeah, of course,
there's
of course.
questions about Nola though.
But he's IL, so I mean, I think he comes back after the trade deadline. But that's just my personal opinion. So those two are staying no matter what. Christopher just got his new deal, and he's killing it.
But you think
Good for
Castellanos is going?
Not
you think
going,
they're
but they
dealing?
can definitely replace him. I mean,
He
how many?
is
How
a
many?
liability on the
Yeah.
field.
How
and
many more
relies
catastrophes are
on-
there
I
going
was
to
going
be?
to say, here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Surprisingly more than you think.
Here's the problem. He hits a home run, something bad happens. What happens if he gets traded?
Oh man,
That's like NASA announces the meteor is coming. You know what I mean? Like we're all done then. If he gets traded, I'm nervous about that one.
Without question. Without question. You know, I mean,
have all the tragedies been with Philly? That's the only question. Because the one with against the Royals, that was with the Reds, I think.
Yeah, I was gonna say the initial one when he was on the Reds was, I want to apologize for my behavior.
Consider
I
myself
said
a
the
man of
words.
faith.
Yeah, and Castellanos hits one high and deep.
Drive in deep left field by Castellanos. It'll be a home run, and that'll make it a 4-0 ball game.
I have to.
totally don't have that
I have
memorized.
I have to confirm that with my brain because I'm forgetting about it. That was their play-by-play announcer
Yeah.
saying,
Tom Brenneman. Yep.
yes, saying a word that we were not going to say.
A bad word.
Absolutely not.
No.
We're
I'm
trying
gonna
to
say
We're
it.
trying
No.
to get up there.
No.
We're not trying
I'll
to.
say it.
Take over the team. Oh, boy. No. Yeah, the Reds. But yeah, there's a lot of farm teams out there, and I hate to say that, but I mean, Oakland might have. I'm sorry. Let me backtrack. The Athletics, and then Tampa. I mean, there's a lot of people.
Heard they broke ground on the stadium in Vegas. By the way, that's
whoop-de-doo,
interesting.
whoop-de-doo.
Yeah, whatever. We got a couple.
But
years anyways,
I mean, I talked with him about this, and I kind of want to see what you think. What are the odds that Tampa tosses up Rasmussen, Baz? I mean,
They're contending.
I was about to say
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, but I'm just saying, what are the
Next
odds?
year, maybe.
They're contending,
Well, as of-
and God, I want to see them in the playoffs so bad to be in, what is it, Steinbrenner Field or whatever. Their little
Could you
Triple
imagine
A.
if
AAA
they made the
ballpark.
World
Dude.
Series
Yeah.
somehow?
Oh, I need it. I need it more than life itself. I need that.
We need a Yankees
Here's the-
Tampa Bay ALCS.
That would be so nuts, dude.
Mickey Mouse Field versus
Make it happen.
Mickey Mouse Field.
No.
If
Now I get-
ever
yeah.
there was a rigged league, make it happen.
Sure. Yeah. No. And I mean, like, this is my personal opinion, and because it kind of hurts. This is a completely different sport, but when I'm thinking of the replacement fields, I'm thinking back to like the 2012 Vikings and having to go to
course
the
you
Minnesota Stadium
course you are,
because
yeah.
the dome fell apart.
Oh, I know.
And all I know is when those things happen, they're not very good. So hey,
Good
hats
for
off-
Tampa,
hats off to
actually.
Tampa.
They're not very good,
But-
but let me ask you this. Are they memorable? Yes, they are.
Not in a good way.
Yeah, but that's
Not
my
in a
point.
good way.
I don't think the Vikings one is as memorable. To
I don't.
be fair.
Yeah, this is true.
I think
this is
people
true.
have kind of forgotten about.
I did
about
kind
that
of
this
forget
point.
about that until you brought it up. But I think
I
think in the
Obviously, you have it.
yeah, of course. But in
boy.
in the theme of playoff ball, I feel like playing in a 12,000 seat stadium, maybe less than that.
If they don't sell out, they gotta move.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Well, they're
that's
talking
like
about
that's,
moving
that's
anyway, right?
nuts. That's nuts.
What was that?
They're talking about moving anyway, right?
Well, they just sold two. And
Did they really? I
Yep.
didn't know that.
1.8 billion, I believe. It was like within the last week. So
One of these days, I'll get that kind of money.
they
Oh,
are
doubt.
saying they want to stay in Tampa.
Sure. Okay. Well, sure.
Even
well,
after the hurricane, they're saying that, huh?
Yeah. We'll see.
Okay.
But they're claiming they're committed.
Okay,
Fine, that's
build
fine.
a stronger roof next time.
no doubt. So
Just
I'll
a tad stronger.
Just a little bit, a wee bit. Maybe don't make it out of tarp.
yeah, that's-
Just a thought.
do what you want to do.
I'm no engineer.
Find your costs, cut them somewhere else. All right. But I'll just keep peppering you then. So fine, I'll pivot off of Tampa. What about the Royals? Right? Do they move Lorenzen?
They could sell.
Yeah.
I think
Bubich?
they've definitely taken a step back. And
Yeah.
I don't know what the value is going to be for Seth Lugo or.
I would like to see
Waka.
Lugo go
I mean,
somewhere nice,
sure,
though,
but
and
I mean,
contend.
Sure.
He's a Dodger. I already know what's happening.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
don't tell me that.
I mean, all roads lead there. Whether or not the road in LA leads to a World Series is totally unforeseen, even though they're spending that kind of money. But most of the roads for free agents, trades,
one way.
everything else, go to LA.
Okay. All right. Well. Okay. Well, good. So yeah, Royals might be selling. Do the Angels sell?
Who are they
We're
selling?
pretending they're
I'm just
contenders.
joking.
Yeah, who are they selling?
Of course not. But I'm just
What are they
saying.
selling?
Yeah.
They
What are they selling chocolate?
One of my personal people who, granted, I know they just signed him in the offseason, so he's got some money behind him. It's not a lot, though, but Kikuchi. I mean, all things considered, his numbers are good. It's
First
just he
team
doesn't have the
All-Name.
support. So, Yeah.
he's getting traded.
Yeah,
As he
I
should.
could see that.
That's a good piece. I mean, to where though? Where do you think? I mean,
LA.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep saying. I'm just being honest.
all right.
The Dodgers
the
are
thing,
probably
all
trading
right.
for like 3 or 4 guys.
I know. We spoke about it earlier, and it's like Cubs need some arms. They need the third baseman. They need some guys. They are just an incompetent team during like trades and all. They won't trade for anybody. I already know it's not happening. We got 2 weeks till the trade deadline, I believe,
Around there.
and it could not be further from the truth that they're going to be trading for somebody. So it's not coming to Chicago.
No.
Is it going to the Yankees? Potentially, I could see going to the Yankees, but I also feel like to your point earlier, they have kind of stepped off on like they're throwing money out, watching it burn attitude, but they could just as easily go back to it. I mean, what happened with like Chisholm and Goldschmidt we mentioned too. It's like a lot of these guys
Sure.
just end up in the Yankees. Same with the Dodgers. What about Seattle?
Solid.
Now, I don't know about that. They're only 5 games behind Houston right now. The problem is
I would sell.
I would too.
but who do you sell? I mean, sure, Castillo might be the number 1 name for who on their throwing, but
What about what's his name, Wu or whatever?
Brian Wu.
Yeah.
Oh, he's what, Cy Young contention right now? I mean,
True, yeah.
That's a buy high. I bought high, so
Yeah, you did.
That's true.
Yeah,
Certainly
you did.
Certainly did. But no, I mean, I love him. I mean, I'm glad he's having such a great year. I've always been a big fan of Logan Gilbert. So I don't know. I feel like that's a face of the franchise kind of moving
Bryce
forward.
Miller could go.
True.
Well, Bryce Miller's kind of
He's
dog water.
believe me, I drafted
true,
him.
it's
He's my only mistake.
Yeah.
He's the only guy I was like, I regret you.
I feel like he's been dog water for a while, but you know.
Well,
but
it's
that might
because
be
his
who-
numbers last year. It's proven that he's very lucky.
Yeah.
It was proven he was very lucky, but they can still sell him.
So, well, sure,
I'd top
okay.
him off.
So that we're already 3 or 4 there. We've got Wu, we've got Castillo, we've got Gilbert.
Cal.
Oh God.
That's hold on.
They're locked on
pitchers.
long-term.
Because I
There's
feel
no
like the number
way.
5, it's the number 5's that platoon swap there. It's either going to be Emerson Hancock or it's going to be he's slipping me already, George Kirby. So
You know a lot more about Seattle than I do.
Yeah. Yeah. These names are new to me.
I'm sorry.
I do know George Kirby.
I'm sorry, I'm not wearing the jersey. But
Interesting.
I mean, just all names that scream ALDS sweep.
Yeah.
ooh.
I mean, and when I mean ALDS, I mean wild card sweep. They get swept in the wild card.
Yeah, 100%.
Come on, it's the
100%.
Seattle way.
100%.
It's the Seattle way. I'm sorry, Cal. I love you a bit.
It is.
Okay, that's a good one too. There's a lot of teams who are kind of doing a lot better. You know, I won't even bother talking about the Rockies because even if they try to sell, what would they sell?
Who are they selling? Are they selling the team? What are they doing?
Yeah.
The fans would be thrilled.
Yeah. What's going on?
No, I don't know. And I mean, I feel like the Athletics kind of hold on to some of their recent pitching acquisitions. I mean,
Well, since they moved, they're actually spending money.
Which
The only
makes
problem-
it even worse. You know what I mean? Like
well-
at least the White Sox aren't paying any money for anybody. It's
But
like,
it does make me
still suck.
wonder the what if question because poor Lou Severino here, is just getting no win columns anywhere. If they would have stayed in Oakland, would that be different? I don't know. I mean,
I think it definitely would have. I think they
Yeah.
intentionally didn't sign guys
yeah.
to get what they want.
sure,
That's all- yeah.
I
absolutely.
think it's
I almost
not
think
a
that that's, like,
coincidence that the
proven.
second they were out, they re-signed Rooker.
Yeah.
And they signed Severino to one of their biggest contracts they've given out.
100%.
Ever.
100%.
And-
So
You and I talked about this prior to the season,
think
though.
it's debatable.
Them signing Jeffrey Springs, I thought was a huge pickup for them in terms of
Mm-hmm.
rotation. So he hasn't done terrible, but I loved him when he was with the Rays. So
he's a nice player. Again,
Definitely.
playing in a Mickey Mouse stadium, so it's tough to be a pitcher in a AAA stadium. So,
Yeah.
but it's
true.
great
Well-
for Brent Rooker.
Yeah.
That's why I
Yeah.
drafted him.
That's a good point.
So-
He's a smart man. That's a 180 IQ move right there.
100%. I think it's just generic IQ. You should just know. You're playing that stadium. He's a good
I
player.
thought about it. I wouldn't have thought about
You
it.
just gotta,
It's good.
gotta
good
go
point.
get him.
Genius.
sure, but then and I guess just to kind of move the spotlight away from Seattle and kind of keep it more north, but more Midwest north. Does Byron Buxton get moved?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think he should.
I don't think
There's
so.
a lot of people talking about it.
Just you? Who's these
Here's
people?
the problem. You're going back to Trout with with his durability issues.
Yeah.
Buxton's got
Buxton's a big one.
Massive injury.
Lot of
I think he's only played 1 year of more than 100 games.
I was about to say, yeah.
It's like he's the Anthony Davis of baseball.
Well, here's what we could do.
He's a phenomenal player.
Adam,
That's a great
I don't know
reference.
if you want to pull up anything about like who the trade market's going to be, the speculations. ESPN might have some stuff about people who might be getting moved, and we can just spitfire through them real quick.
Yeah, quick little spitfire. Can I just say how proud I am that we went in this direction? We went from some pretty dark topics there for a brief moment, all the way back
But I
into
was trying not to
trades.
die, to be fair.
I will say, yeah.
I just love the arc that this is. We've come full circle. We're right back into the
And
MLB.
it's funny because if you go back and watch our first episode, I know at the end, Nick makes a comment and saying, "Are we off the rails yet?" And I kind of pivoted and I said, "There's going to be episodes where we are just off-roading. It's not even off the rails.
Every one of them.
I feel like we were
Love it.
very
As long as
far
I'm
off the
invited,
beaten path.
we will definitely be off the rails every episode, my friends.
Without question. Give us a few more duct tape beverages.
They're colas. They're it's
I've had a few Chardonnays.
it's
What of it?
Wolf Cola, I swear.
2 shots of vodka?
Yeah. All right, Sandy Alcantara. That's one that I was blanking on, but I do think
He's getting shipped.
100% chance. But to who?
It's got to be low given his recent play.
I was about to say.
It's not going to be as low as you think.
You give
definitely
me,
not.
you give me
Definitely
Sandy.
One Cy Young.
I know, but like 2 years ago.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Or was it last year? It was 2 years ago.
I thought,
right?
well, last year he was out because of time.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So 2 years ago, I thought is when it was Cy Young. You give me 2 years ago, Sandy, I'm all there. However, again, it even says right here, which I don't know if we'll pull this up or not, but 7.22 ERA.
But it says remains a target for teams thanks to the quality of his stuff.
Yes.
I think that is telling to me. I'm not saying you're giving up your top prospect in the system for this guy, but I think he's gonna.
If you get him on the low, I wouldn't mind
He's
him.
a highly targeted guy.
Got a ceiling there, yeah.
I think he's gonna get. Teams are gonna give up more
I
for him
could see
than
it.
you think.
I could see it.
Yeah.
I could see it.
Yeah.
But it also depends who trades for him. So if it's like I said, if the Dodgers go for him, of course they're going to trade their top 3 prospects.
I could see it.
Because they have the top 100 prospects.
Dude, the Mariners
Obviously not,
pushing
but-
for Suarez would be nice. Eugenio, I hate his
I think
last
the
name.
Rangers
Eugenio.
they need him in a bad way because they
Eugene.
just sent Josh Young down
Yeah.
to AAA.
Yeah.
What about Smith though? Their utility man.
He's kind of all over the place. So
Oh, yeah.
he's a good player, but he's,
I should
he's
probably
not,
do something about that on my
you know.
fantasy team then.
No,
but,
I'm talking about fielding wise.
sure.
So
well,
he's a good player. He's a good
here's
guy.
a name that I didn't even know was on the offer, like Duran, right? I said that
Yeah.
right? Yon? I mean, he's arguably hell of a closer. I mean,
Yeah. Dude, the closers are like the first to go during the deadline too. You know
I
what I mean?
just hate-
Qualified teams.
It's usually
are like-
where teams are struggling with.
Really?
That
Well, that's-
bullpen, you need to
dude,
upgrade it.
Top bullpens.
I hate it so much between the Dodgers and the Yankees how they grab all these closers and they just turn them into like middle relief and I'm like no. I mean I
It's
get it.
fine.
I get it. Good for you, but yeah.
Dude, I know.
but
I know. I was
it
telling
sucks
you
for
this.
us.
I know I was telling you this a few weeks back, but like the whole new thing
no.
in baseball about like.
Can I? Because this is one of my. I can turn this into the DH for me. I mean, I'm ready to spit on this one. Because not to cut you off.
Do
here.
we? Okay.
It's
let's
so
go.
fine. No, because you
Right
sparked
into
it.
it.
I'm angry. I'm mad.
Right into
So, designated hater part 3 here. One of the things that I've noticed over the last few years, and this could have gone on prior to the pitch clock change, but there are teams who will list a starting pitcher, right? And it'll be a reliever, and that reliever will come out for 1 inning, and they will turn around and give it to a starter for
system.
now 2 through 6 innings, maybe.
It's a new system.
There's a few teams like the Rays and the Reds have done it too, where it's just been a platoon swap of reliever, middle relief, closer.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it drives me nuts because as someone who actually enjoys to bet on things occasionally, it's so hard to find the trends for certain things like that. And, I mean, sure, obviously managers aren't caring about that, but we're already worried about the starting pitcher role starting to die anyway. I think this is speeding it up. I mean,
Yeah, I'm not going to argue with that. I do think that it's like I said earlier, baseball's a sport where it's like the crazier the stat or the crazier like the idea, the more likely it is that it's going to catch on. And like I do think that we are a couple years away from there being like, we're just going to put our best starter. You're pitching 2 to 3 innings today, and you're pitching 2 to 3 innings tomorrow and 2 to 3 innings the next day, and then it's a day off. But like, I think we're only a couple years away from like having a weird split where it's like a team figures out that we can do starting pitcher 1 for the first couple innings, starting pitcher 2, whoever's in the rotation, next couple innings, closer, whatever, and then just do a multi-day rotation instead of one pitcher starts a game for 5, 6, 7 innings, whatever it is, leaves, waits 5 days, comes back in to start. I think we're getting close to a point where it's going to be a weird rotation of multiple starters.
I actually think we're going to evolve in a different way.
Oh,
I
no.
think teams are going to go more the 6-man rotation route. I think
that'd be nice.
The thing
I can
is,
see that too.
the starting pitcher, it's still very valuable just in terms of you got to eat innings. You could do all these guys that go 2 or 3 and that's fine and all, but that's going to wear you out a lot more than you think. So I do think teams are starting to, the Dodgers in particular are kind of looking at that right now. There's a couple others.
Well, they have no choice.
Yeah, I can see
To
it.
be fair, well, true. The Red Sox are kind of doing it the same thing. They signed all these guys that have injury-prone history and just kind of give them less opportunities, but they still pitch the 5 innings. I don't
hate that either.
I think there will probably be a conglomeration of, you can either do the. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Big word.
Yeah, it is.
That sets the record for most syllables.
I'm flexing out here. You definitely could go the bullpen route, but I think we're going to see more teams try to go with a bigger
I see that.
rotation
I like that.
instead.
Now, harebrained idea. Are there any teams out there that are going to say, fuck it. Who cares about rotation arms
Yeah,
and
as a matter
health
of
and all
fact,
this
I'll
stuff?
name one right now. The Chicago White Sox.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Let's throw our starters
Dumpster
out there
fire.
for 9 innings, and then he's pitching again in 2 days.
Screw it.
We're gonna have Cy Young, Randy Nolan numbers from way back when.
Oh, I'd have to look up the name, but the Milwaukee Brewers actually did this last year. I forget who it was, but it was a relief pitcher. Exactly in the same circumstances like I'm talking about. They throw him out for an inning next game. They throw him out for an inning to start the game, and now they're bringing in whoever it might be. It could be Hauser. It could be Lauer at the time. They were putting those guys in at the second inning and saying, run with it.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't understand why. Is it just to say, hey, start of the game, get through the first 3 batters, and see what we can do? But at that point, if that's your game plan, man, you got a lot more wrong going on.
I think it should be at least get through the rotation once. That's like
yeah.
There's stats to back up that batters when they see a pitcher for the 3rd time in, they're a lot more successful. Like batting averages, OPS, all these stats go through the roof on your 3rd time in a game seeing the same pitcher, which is why they get rid of the starting pitcher after the 6th inning, 7th inning. I think that there is something to be said about seeing a pitcher one time. After you go through the rotation, it's a new pitcher in the game. Then it's, one pitcher goes through the 9 batters. Then it's a new pitcher. In theory, you could get through a game only going through 3, 4 pitchers, whatever it is, and keep that same 3 to 4 pitcher rotation for game 1 and then game 3, and mix it in, a different rotation in game 2. A lot of players there, but again, I think that there's something happening here with this whole new starter trend where it's like, is that the pathway that it goes to? I don't know.
I don't know, because if you're going to start doing that route too, you'll just start seeing those guys better because you see them more frequently, just in less innings. I think that the trick right now is you got guys throwing 99 miles an hour.
True.
It's very
It's
true.
hard
That's very true.
to go 7, 8 innings when you're throwing this hard, which is what makes Screwball all the more impressive. I just saw him do that complete game.
Yeah.
9th inning, dude throws 100-mile-an-hour
Yeah,
fastball.
102, I think,
are
or
you
something like that. It was
kidding
nuts.
me?
Dude, how
Yeah.
about
Dude's a psycho.
How about the Tigers rotate? I think it was a Tigers rotation last week that
Great
had
rotation.
they had or well at least
Great rotation.
I forget who the starter was, but I think it was Scooble in the game. But their average fastball speed in the game across 3 different pitchers was 99 point something
nuts.
miles an hour. It was no batter saw a fastball below 98 miles an hour that game.
Oh my god, yeah. I mean,
It's what are you gonna do?
Yeah, God, just to touch back on the Tigers, man, because they've done such a great job. If you'd have told me this rotation 2 years ago, I probably would have laughed at you. But Tariq, I've liked him since he came in. I like Tariq.
Tarek.
Like T-Reek.
No, he's
anyway. I know.
You're talking
I
Big
know.
Dumper doesn't. We don't like Big Dumper, but he's openly come out and said it's Tarek.
Tarek. Well, okay, Mr. Scooball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, but anyway, Reese Olson, Casey Mize. I mean, those 2 alone. What?
Nothing.
All right.
We're just laughing.
Manning. I mean, these pitchers just, granted, they
They're
probably
only
have
getting
a lot
better.
of good. Yeah, of course, and of course, I mean, it sucks that Jackson Job's out for the year now, but I mean, he came out on fire.
Yeah.
I know they're the best team in baseball, but like, and you could look this up on DraftKings. What is the realistic odds that they win the World Series?
Pretty high. The thing
I
is,
know it's high, and it's like they're the number one favorite right now
Of course,
for a
based on
reason.
record.
Just the eye test alone, it's like saying even if the Oakland A's were the best team in baseball, I'm not betting on them to win the World Series.
No, absolutely not.
clubhouse culture plays a part of it, but I think
100%.
Absolutely.
I think they got a great chance because they beat the Astros last year.
I
And we
know.
Say what you want about the Astros, but
There
the
wasn't
Astros
garbage
had been
cans in that
there.
series, though.
No, there weren't. But they have been there numerous times.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's legitimate, but the fact of the matter is they did take him down. If you could take
This
him
is
down,
true.
I think you could take down just about anybody. Sure. Tigers, they needed time to develop, and I think they're a great example of you need to be patient
This is
with
true, this is
developing
true.
your players.
Absolutely.
And if
That's
you
a great
do,
point.
you'll reap the rewards. That's the issue with the sports now. Nobody wants to develop. And I think a lot of
Yeah.
teams, especially if you can't afford it, this is the mentality you need to go back to because you're not
you're
going to
100% right.
outspend the major markets.
You're
You're just
100%
not
right.
going to.
Yeah.
So I think it's just going to come down to how do they handle
Well-
losing to the Yankees or whoever they lost to last year.
Yeah, exactly.
How do you bounce back from that? How do you take that experience
was Cleveland.
and take it to the next step? I don't remember who it was.
Yeah.
You might be right, but
okay.
I think it
but
was.
long story just where do they take that
Yeah.
to the next level?
Yeah.
But
And
we know they can
yes.
win some playoffs.
Well, sure, and I mean, we've got 2 months, 3 months of baseball left.
Sure.
I mean, nobody knows what's going to happen. Injuries are going to happen no matter where you are, anywhere. And I'm not saying anything but the Tigers, but I'm saying their opposition going into August here. My concern is that obviously, if in a best of 7 series, I know it's going to be a different pitcher every time, but you're going to figure out batter trends very quickly.
Yeah.
And that team, obviously, early last year was very cold. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying it
It's a
could
different
swing the
team
other
now.
way. Of course.
I know.
Confidence is sky high.
Absolutely.
Here's my counterpoint to this whole thing. How did the Detroit Tiger pitching staff do in the All-Star game? I think they had an average of like 17 ERA or something like that.
Yeah.
And I know
I
it's a
think that's
limited
a
sample
fluke.
size. It's a
Hey.
fluke. I get it, but they're pitching against the best hitters on either side of the ball who you're gonna be
So they-
facing.
How
and
hard do they try? That's the one thing I need to know. But
yeah, this is true. Let me just finish my point here with this.
course.
What
No.
division are they in?
AL Central.
Oh, would you look at that? The AL Central.
It is convenient that
It is
they
very
have.
convenient that they're not.
But the
going up
Dodgers have the Rockies.
You're true.
and
You're right.
Dodgers
You're right.
They do have significantly tougher competitors with the Giants and Padres, but they do have the Rockies.
Yes, exactly.
And they have a struggling Diamondbacks.
But I
Two
think the AL Central personifies like this is just
worst division
Yeah.
Sure.
probably in our lifetime.
maybe
every
in,
single
maybe
year.
in all of sports. We can discuss that.
Big Ten West, when it existed, was definitely the worst. It was Illinois Northwestern.
We can discuss
It
further.
was a disaster.
We can discuss
But-
that further on a different episode.
Yeah,
I
for
think.
sure.
Absolutely.
But my point remains is that like how much of their record right now is skewed because of the division that they played in, and I'm not saying that Skubal isn't a Cy Young pitcher, and I'm not saying he's not probably the best pitcher in all of baseball right now, and they probably have the best rotation in all of baseball, but. I think when push comes to shove and they're facing, the best of the best in the postseason, similar to what we saw in the All-Star game, are they going to falter or are they going to rise to the occasion? And I just based on the eye test, just based on I'm not gonna lie, this is like the I'm gonna say it, this is the argument of like, I like that team because of their jerseys. I like the colors. I don't think they can win just because they're the Detroit Tigers.
Well, I think
And that sounds terrible, but it's like that's just the way my brain works.
Detroit could say the same thing about Chicago.
I know,
Because of
I know.
what the history is.
I
And
know.
now it's different.
It is.
Because Rizzo and Bryant got it done.
I know it's
in spite of Jason Hayward, by the
I know.
way.
And just
Freaking bomb.
and just to touch on your
Right.
point,
Lot of
I mean,
money.
I think I need to refresh my Excel sheet here. But at the time I did this, 85 games into the season, the Detroit Tigers in the AL Central were 15-9. So that's obviously winning, but that's
Not as good as you
of course.
would think.
So it's bad, but
Yeah.
it's they're putting up a fight.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
This means they're doing better against.
They've lost twice to the White
Yeah.
Sox, though. Let's throw that out
Yeah,
there.
it's true.
That's,
Either way, though, I think that's a good ending point.
Yeah,
We've been
of
going
course.
for a while here.
Of course. Definitely.
I'm just going to end it with I do not think Detroit has what it takes. I do think that there's a collision course between Phillies, Mets, and the Cubs in the NL side of the field here. Maybe not so much the Mets, but I do think the Phillies and Cubs are on kind of a collision course to the the NLDS, whatever it is, NLCS, I should say. Outside of that, Dodgers, maybe, I think you can't count them out in the playoffs, and I don't think you can count out the Yankees or even Boston
Lost
in
to
the
the
playoffs.
Diamondbacks through the power of
I know.
friendship.
This is
Just saying. The power of friendship
true.
took
Well,
them
hey,
down.
speaking of power of friendship, we just rocked through probably 2 hours here of filming.
2.5.
So that's
it was a good
It's a great time.
Long
Good
recording
session. We
Love
talked-
it.
Well, hey,
Yeah, we did.
just wait for the more content to come out here between these next few episodes
More
coming
OJ.
out.
Yeah.
More OJ.
It's
more-
always going to be OJ. It always
Just
gets
a
back.
little bit of
All roads lead
everything.
back to OJ.
But hey, we all appreciate you watching this. Please, we'll put some X polls out there, maybe some Instagram stuff out there. Who knows? We'll see. Please interact with it. Give us your feedback. Talk to us about what you think was the best and worst part of the first half of the season so far. But hey,
Signing off.
signing off.
Tell you.
Thank you for
Have a
watching.
good weekend.
Subscribe to Pumpkin Ballboys.